guys, I am going live whether you guys like it or not. Here we go. Let me do the open.
Welcome back to the Hank Strange Situation.
There goes the
Lifestyles
open right now.
of the Locked and Loaded.
Subscribe if you're not subscribed. Ring the bell so you can be notified. We are live. Come on, let's do jazz hands, people. Woo, let's do jazz hands.
Four jaw chuck jazz hands.
Babyface P.
Look how big them motherfuckers are.
I hope you got your big girl panties on. This is episode 370 of the Who Moved My Freedom podcast, coming to you live from the Strange Media Studios in Gainesville. Like I said, it's number 370, and it's FreeForAll Monday. Why we're going to the NRAAM. That's what we're going to talk about. That and a bunch of other things. I'm going. Babyface P, who's here, he's not going.
I wish.
Yeah.
I'd love to.
And Walther Face P, who's also here, is not going.
I just got my milling machine running today that I fixed that Haas said that my air compressor wasn't good.
Your CNC? Your CNC?
Yeah. They said my air compressor didn't have enough air pressure. Those butt fuckers didn't want to fix it. So.
That's exactly what it is. That's exactly. Or did you have to pay for somebody to come out and work on it?
Oh, I'm probably gonna get a bill still. So
what?
Yeah.
For calling?
I'm gonna be talking.
Let me. I don't know if you guys can hear me. I'm trying to dial in Babyface. Hold on. I'm trying to trying to dial in Kevin Dixie. Don't know what's happening. Okay, are you guys there? Oh, it's just me. I somehow kicked everyone out. Uh-oh. Okay, just stand by here a second, guys. We're trying to get Kevin Dixie, who's supposed to be on with us. But, hold on. Let's see. Walter and Babyface. Okay, there they go.
And it's working now.
Did you jump into a different call?
No, yeah, I was trying to get Kevin Dixie, but
You jumped into a call just with him, didn't you?
no, he didn't answer. So we're still trying to get
That's why
him.
it put you on hold, and then we were just sitting here talking tools.
Yeah. So
Did you have to Amazon a bunch of parts, or could you get like local parts?
I luckily from my last auction that I went to where I bought a bunch of stuff, there were some Haas parts in with that stuff, and I ended up with having two of the valves from that auction. And I ordered, and I ordered another one off Amazon or eBay for like $75.
Yeah.
And
Hank saying slow down.
Gentlemen, yeah. So we're live. We're live.
It's tool night.
Live.
We're talking tools tonight.
These guys are having like a tooling orgy conversation.
Oh, you guys got to see what I got. If you haven't, you need to go to my Instagram and go look at what I just did.
What's the make again? Is it a
LeBlond?
LeBlond. That's a good brand.
Is that like a Matthew LeBlond?
Sure. Yeah. It's his great grandfather that made it.
You ever heard of Matthew LeBlanc?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know who that is? Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah.
Friends.
Yeah, he was on Friends. I never really watched
him. Now Top Gear. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
he's on
right.
Top Gear.
That's right.
Yeah, the BBC version.
Yeah.
Yeah, taking over. He's Matthew LeBlanc, one of the few Americans that went to England and is able to get money from England, even though all the British actors come to America and play all the American parts.
And all their liberal ideas, yeah.
Yeah, we got to respect Matthew LeBlanc a little bit. So a bunch of things going on here. So for some people out there, this is like the second show. We did an earlier show. So if you guys are interested in that, you might have to go roll back and take a look at that. But we did have an earlier show here. And this is going to be like the regular Free-for-All Monday here with Walter and Babyface. And we're trying to get Kevin Dixie. I'm really not sure what's going on. We'll have to talk to him. Or Kevin, if you're out there, just dial in and we'll add you to this or something. I'm not really sure how the hell we do it. Go ahead.
Also, around 3 p.m. this afternoon, I dropped 11-pound barrel on my big toe.
Oh!
Painful.
At the joint, right where your big toe, the joint.
You didn't break it, did you?
Unfortunately not, but that motherfucker, it is so.
Yeah.
I got ice on it right now. If you see me bend down like this, I'm adjusting the ice on it. Yeah.
The one thing I did this whole weekend moving that lathe, because that thing's probably 3,000 pounds.
Yeah, probably. Easy.
The whole time I was like, never get underneath it. Whatever you do.
Never get your feet by those casters either when it's rolling.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it'll take off.
I got pinched one time by something like that in my toe, and it's like, owie.
Not my pinky toe. Not my pinky.
Yeah.
Do you know where that comes from? Like,
no.
So in, what was it, Harlem Nights, Eddie Murphy shot. Oh, hold on. Let's see if this is NOC right here. Are you there? Oh, hold on. what is going on? Okay, Kevin, if you're there, I can't hear you. It's put everything on hold. You got to turn on your audio and your camera. Okay, so still that's not working. That's not. You got to turn all your stuff on, Kevin. You got to go down, try to turn it on. Okay, for some reason that's still not working. Let me see if these guys are there. Nope, they're not there. Let me join. Let me go back in.
Long hair, never sleeves.
Never
always
long
be
sleeve,
careful.
yeah.
Yeah, always be careful because if that thing grabs you, it's taking you into it.
Oh, there's videos on the internet. You don't even
Oh,
watch.
God.
You guys are still talking, but every time I try
You
to
keep
do that,
dropping, so we going back to tools.
Yeah, you're still talking. The people out there can't hear you.
Oh, they can't?
No, they can't.
I thought it left it.
No.
Is it flipping between your other call and this call?
Yeah, my thing controls it, so it just goes to me.
So we're just talking.
Yeah, you're just talking. Yeah, well, I'm trying
That's
to get.
all right.
I'm trying to get Kevin on, but I don't know. Here, let me try again while we're doing this, because maybe if I try to add him, it'll work better.
Yeah, you gotta add him to the call.
I'm trying, but it's not working.
Gibson Fender, I'll be back. I'm gonna watch the Sam video. It's like, oh no, come on.
It wasn't bad.
I don't know.
I don't have his
Here, maybe I'm trying to add the wrong thing. Let me see.
Give me if you put his name in chat, whatever. In our chat, call him up.
Okay, it looks like it says it's calling him now.
Oh man.
So let's see.
We'll
We'll see if he.
It won't be as big.
Yeah, we'll see if it works. Then it should go to 4 things. We'll see. So just bear with us here for a minute. If you're not subscribed, please do subscribe. Smash the thumbs ups.
Oh, tool time with Walter and Patrick.
We'll get to talking about all the machines and everything. Babyface, did you put that on your Instagram?
Yes. Go check out my Instagram, baby_faceP. I'm going to have another picture coming up tonight with some better lighting because it was kind of dark.
So you're gonna clean it up and give it a paint job and all that stuff?
So I think my first thing is gonna make some chips. First thing first is just
You gotta cut some chips.
I just want to make some chips. And then after that, I thought Keith Rutger, a guy that does machining videos on YouTube, has a complete teardown, disassembly, reassembly, with 12-inch lathe.
Oh.
There's Katie.
I'm here. Oh, do you see Katie?
Yeah,
I see him. Yeah.
Okay. Oh, there he goes. Hold on. Let me throw him in here. Boom!
All right.
Okay, we got it going.
Hell.
Yes.
All this
Eventually.
newness, man.
Keith Rutger has a video on a complete teardown of a LeBlanc 12-inch, very, very similar to what I have. So I was thinking of following through and just tearing it completely down once I get my fill of making chips and painting it, rebuilding it.
Kevin, if you're trying to figure out what's going on with Babyface and Walter, they are having a conversation about a piece of equipment, and I cannot shut them up no matter what I try to do.
Okay.
It's basically, I can't get in front of the bus.
We're talking lathes.
Yeah.
I bought a lathe.
Oh, yeah. Well,
Well, yeah, okay, so since we got Kevin here, NLC, Kevin Dixie, Diximus Maximus.
What's up?
He's in the house.
what's going on, people?
What's up, Kevin? Okay.
Getting ready to go to NRA?
Yeah, I'll be headed up there.
Yeah.
Nice.
I won't, but yeah.
Yeah, half the group here is going. I'm not going either. Unfortunately,
only the black people are going to NRA.
Isn't that a twist?
Yeah.
Well,
okay.
It's all yours then.
oh, you're giving it up to us. Maybe we don't want it either.
Hey, that next thing you know, you could be the president of the NRA. You know,
Yeah, okay.
There'd be like a coup d'état. Go in there and just take over.
You never know.
Yeah. Well, you got my vote. You got my vote.
I can say
I'm
this.
in.
That would be a there goes the neighborhood situation.
That'd be like all the FUDs would just like
Yeah.
What
I'm saying is that's how you know if the NRA decides to step out of the way and let us take it over, you know that they're wrapping it up. You know that it's done right now. That's your indication that it's all. I was looking at what was I? Oh, you know what? I was looking at something with Howard Stern. I think Howard Stern was being interviewed on something on Netflix. Anyway, he said that back in the days he grew up in a white neighborhood, but then it got gentrified. But what the black people would do is move in quietly overnight. So the white people that owned a house they would sell it to a black family, but not tell anyone on the block, and then ask that family to very quietly overnight move in. Because they didn't want to. And so this basically happened, and and so the neighborhood got flipped around, and he wound up living in a black neighborhood and going to a black school and all that. I thought it was interesting. So
the Jewish kid in the black neighborhood.
Yeah, he got beaten up a little bit. And he told a sad story. Like, he had this one black friend, and him and the guy were really cool, and they used to try to play chess together. But then these kids beat the crap out of the kid, and then the kid stopped being his friend.
Oh, Jesus. Listen, we were talking great stuff about tools.
Yeah,
and
about
shit,
tools.
And you just made a dark turn.
No, that's not my fault. That's Kevin's fault.
I just got here. See, that's the way of the country. Blame the black guy for everything. I just got here and it's my fault.
Well, let me ask you about your hat there, Kevin.
What is
about
that?
the
Receipt.
Yes.
Oh, no.
So with the hoodie that I have out, it says my ancestors paid the price. I'm just the receipt. Receipt, and on the back you can see my ancestors paid.
Okay.
Oh, dropping bombs. So there you go. All right. I knew this had something to do with the truth.
Oh yeah, always, man. Yeah. Always. One way or another, it all ties in together.
The truth. Okay, so listen, we're gonna have a good conversation. We got Kevin Dixie. He hasn't been here in a while, so you know what's gonna happen.
I'm not Randy.
I don't know what is going to happen.
It's going to get live somehow. But anyway, Kevin, the one thing, though, before we get into it, we're going to talk about the NRA annual meeting.
Okay.
And a bunch of other things going on. But Babyface and Walter have to get out of their system this lathe. So, Babyface, explain to us what you got. What is this?
So I got over the weekend, if anybody has been following me on Instagram, you'll know that I posted, like, back in January, maybe it was on Facebook, that this year I wanted to get a lathe, a machine lathe, like a good one, not some, like, mini one that you get from, like, Harbor Freight.
Yeah.
And a friend of mine that I went to high school with ended up messaging me and said, hey, I have one that's for sale, this giant cast iron thing. You interested? And I was like, yeah, I'll put some
I'm showing pictures of it right now on the screen.
It's
it
awesome.
looks like a big engine.
It's massive.
Yeah, this is on Babyface baby underscore face P.
Yep.
That's
so I put some money down, paid it off. He was nice enough to let me pay it off over 3 or 4 months, and then over the weekend I finally went and picked it up. Okay. And it was a chore to move that. Luckily, he has a lot. The guy that I bought it from is into cars, fixing up cars. So he had a lot of tooling that he let me borrow. Big trailer to haul it on, like big double axle, and some other stuff. And other than I've never driven a 3,000 pound trailer behind a truck before, which was a little stressful. It really wasn't that bad.
Did you get stopped by the popo?
No, it didn't. It's just at the beginning of the trek, every time you hit a bump on the interstate, I just was like, oh God, please don't come off. Please don't come off.
Yeah.
But no, it was fun.
So when you're pulling something like that, you don't have to. Well, you probably didn't hit one of those areas where you have to go in to be weighed anyway, right?
No, that's not heavy enough.
So yeah, I don't think
private.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh.
Did the trailer have brakes?
No. So that was the other thing is slowing down. I had to make sure I had plenty of time to slow down.
Yeah. Did you do any damage to my pickup truck that I haven't noticed yet?
Go take a flashlight. We'll see. No, I didn't. No, I didn't do anything.
Yeah, okay.
We made a little hair in the seat. I think I did pretty well.
Yeah. Buckshot rubbed up on there. Now my dog Sailor is going to be very jealous.
He's going to sniff and be like, who's in the truck?
Yeah, violation. All right, so just so that the folks out there who don't know what a lathe is for, what are you planning on doing with this thing?
It's funny. So it's got the power and the size. The chuck that's on it it's a 1 foot chuck. I could turn massive pieces of metal on that thing. Well, the first thing I'm planning on turning is some brass punches, just to cut chips.
Yeah.
Okay.
What's the size through the spindle?
That
means how big a round piece can you put down to the middle?
I think it's
2 inches.
I think it's a little bit bigger than that.
Oh, that's good. That's how you judge it. Got to have a big hole.
Yeah. It does. It's got it's a good one. It's got a big old hole in it.
This has nothing to do with me. This has nothing to do with me right there.
All right, I gotta show you how to cut threads and everything too.
That's the big thing. It does have. Okay, since we're still on it does have an auto feed. It has all the thread cutting and the specs for doing everything. It's just
it's technique.
It seems magical to me that you can come right up to the shoulder. Just watching people do it quickly is just crazy.
Yeah. It's a little scary when you first start, but
yeah.
You'll learn. And then the other news, Kevin, is that Walter busted up his big toe.
I dropped a 11-pound barrel on my toe.
Whoa.
So. Yeah, I was packed. I got these barrels that I was originally going to build an upright that was 338 Lapula, and I changed my mind, so I've been selling them on eBay. And I put one on the table, and I was going to roll it up in some cardboard, and Peggy came up next to me, and I looked at her, and it rolled off, and I knew it was gone, and it hit my toe. I'm like, some of a bitch.
All in slow motion.
It hit me right in the big toe joint, right where it goes on your.
And you were wearing flip-flops?
No, I was wearing regular shoes, but it didn't matter, man.
Okay, but not steel-toed, obviously. Well, you said on the knuckle.
My other pair of shoes I wear in the shop are alloy-toed, or steel-toed, but where it hit me, I don't think that would have done any good. So.
Okay.
So yeah, I got a bag of ice on my big toe right now. So.
Okay. Just pour some brandy or whatever you drink on there.
I don't pour it on my toe. You got to pour it in your mouth.
So what do you do? Soak your foot in some Epsom sauce or something, right?
I just got a bag of ice on it. That's all.
Oh, okay. All right. Okay.
Yeah.
So that's what's up with these guys, Kevin. What's up with you?
Oh, nothing much, man. Same old, same old. Nothing new and exciting with me.
Okay.
Boring stuff.
Okay.
Well, I like to say that I started Babyface on this machining adventure.
Oh, I'm so excited.
By giving him that little milling machine.
Yep.
Yeah. So
and I would like to upgrade from that as well at some point, but it works, so there's no reason to go yet.
Right,
but
right.
Yeah.
I'm in my future a Bridgeport is definitely somewhere down the line.
Yeah. So I saw someone asking Kevin about the truth. Is there a new truth coming out, Kevin?
Yes, there is.
Okay.
Oh.
Okay, but you're not going to talk about it here.
Tight lips.
What's going
I'll be honest with you. Actually, I'm finding out right now. So we had some logistical problems.
Okay.
So we do have the new case. I'm sorry. Let's see. I'm trying to do this right now. Multitasking. So we do have a new case out. But I want to debut it with a new color scheme on the gun. So worst case, we'll have the new case out there, which is more important. The color scheme on the gun won't be hard to grasp. But yeah, there's the truth series continues. There's a lot of American truth that needs to be told about why gun control is a damn lie. And so I'm going to continue to fight it by releasing new ones.
Okay. All right. That's cool. I mean, that's cool.
I might get a little moody. Every time they lie, I might just put something new out. Yeah. I got it for years, man.
Who's they?
Yeah,
who's
that's what I was going to say. Like, who?
Freedom snatching type folks. You know what I mean?
Oh, okay. Because
damn Democrat leftist commies.
Right.
Because, if you say that, people will just start making up lies. Like, okay, and I have to say also, I mean, does it have to be the truth? Can it be the Hank? I mean, seriously.
That'd be called the damn lie.
You bastard.
Yeah, so unfortunately I just found out, so I'll be debuting a new case, but we won't have the new gun in time.
Oh, okay. All right. Cool.
There will be a new case up.
Is there ever going to be like a Truth Junior, like a 22 version?
Well, I don't know.
What about the Truth Hurts, a 50 cal version?
Yeah.
50 BMG.
Truth Hurts.
I don't know how many people will buy it, but it'd be interesting.
Or, maybe the inconvenient truth, like a truth that shoots you in a environmentally friendly way.
Excuse me, Hank. I am inconvenient truth, okay?
Okay, all right. That's true. Clover Tax says, if you're going to put out a truth for every lie, you better get a sugar daddy.
So I'll leave it out there.
Yeah. No.
Interesting.
That's cool. So did you sell out all the original truths? Is that what's going on here, or?
No, so we in 6 to 7 weeks, somewhere up in there, we moved half of the units. So half of the units are shipping out. They're being processed now. And that's why I wasn't able to get this new one in time, because I couldn't jump the assembly line in front of the paying customers to push their orders behind. So moved half of them, kind of slowed down with promo, let logistics catch up. So we got half left, and we're going to start pushing those right at MRAM is going to be the lead pad, and start pushing the last half of them. So it was good though, man. I mean, to come out, being a being as small as I am, I'm not a manufacturer. I'm not, HK or Smith & Wesson or somebody like that. And to move half of your units, almost moving a unit every other day for 6 weeks straight was pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you're not even like, I mean, I know there are a couple of other guys that put out guns as well, but some of those guys are like astronomically sized. You're not even like a big dog in terms of the social media presence, so that's pretty good.
Yeah, I think when you take what you're given and you work with it, right? So for me, I've always said that there are, and this is no hit against anybody in particular, but I always say, and you can even stretch this beyond guns. You can go to whatever other arena you want to. I do motivational speaking and advocacy and civil rights and guns and all kind of stuff. But I strongly say there are social media influencers, and then there are influencers that happen to be on social media, and there is a difference.
Okay,
so
understood.
I just think that humbly, I connect with people and I try to work those connections. Like everybody that buys my gun, I call them. I call them and I have a talk with them. As anybody that's ordered one, they talk to me. So it's keeping that personal connection, understanding that, I'm not saying nobody else isn't, but I'm a man of the people. I'm your next door neighbor, So, I think that America resounded with that. I think that people were happy to open a gun that just wasn't another gun, that actually came with a meaning and a purpose and a story and a mission behind it. And I thank America for supporting me, and I'm glad that they responded to the message.
Did you warn all the guys that bought them that it comes with a sermon?
You knew exactly what I was thinking.
And as soon as I called them, I was like, "You got an hour?"
Yeah,
exactly.
People like that, though. People like that. I think people.
Yeah. It's one of them things to me. Now, nothing against, and I'm personal friends with guys that have put guns out. So, like I said, it's nothing against anybody. It's just when I decided to do mine, I just wanted something that meant something to me. Like, when you think methodically about it, we understand, like everybody on this panel and everybody watching understands that, yeah, true enough, these God-given rights are for every human being that breathes, right? At the same time, I wanted, like, well, how can we be different? And how can I inspire people as well? And that's another mission that goes into it. When people say, or people are lying and telling people that are of any non-white, right? No matter who it is, guns aren't for you. Guns aren't for you. Don't stay away from that. They're evil. They don't want you over there. They're all racist. They're going to kill you. And I wanted the people to point out, and I wasn't the first to do it. I just wanted to point out to people, not only are they for you, guess what? You can design and make them too, right? So let's really get into, no, it's more than just you shooting it. Why don't you get a marketing degree and work in the gun industry?
Well, why don't you be a part of the industry?
Yeah, like become integrated in it. Do more than just shoot it. Right. Like come behind the scenes of the gun and be involved that way. Like, can you learn how to mill, lathe, and all, marketing and things like that. So, and then can you open something? And I ask people all the time, when was the last time you opened a gun? And they're like, oh, a couple of weeks ago. I said, what did you get? It's like an owner's manual and a lock. And I'm like, so when was the last time you opened a gun that looked like you? And they're like, I said, well, welcome to the truth. So, and it's just good. It's good, man. It's good to be able to, and that's what I wanted. That was the underlying message people weren't picking up on. Like, dude, this is more than just, it's a great message. It's an awesome message. And I'm pretty sure the last remaining of them are going to move out the door. However, the underlying tone is, guess what? I can tell you right now, between the people that bought the truth, Hispanics, blacks, whites, Italians, 2 Irish guys, and 2 Asian guys, and women. Nice. You know what I mean? So it's not just, oh my God, this is something that's bringing us all together and giving a message like, dude, anybody can do this. I'm not special. And if nothing else, look at my Instagram numbers and look at the juggernauts, right? And yet I'm able to preach a message and move units. So why can't you?
Yeah, absolutely. Also, I think, I don't know, you guys could disagree or agree with me on this one. I think people buy the person and not the product as much. I'm not saying the product doesn't matter, right? I think it does, but I think people always buy that person who's selling it to them. And, and I think a lot of people out there enjoy your passion. I know these guys definitely do right here. And the people yeah. So, and I know where you're coming from, but when I showed up to do that thing with you, which I think was like, that video is at least about close to an hour. And when I showed up, I don't think I was prepared. And I know how passionate you are. But you know what? I think that video even did well. What was that? Was that SHOT Show? Because I can't remember.
Yeah, when I released it.
Yeah, SHOT Show. Yeah. So, I think that video got a lot of people watching it and all that kind of stuff. And people appreciate when someone does something and puts a lot of passion and thought into what they're doing. So, and Special K says Asian people represent. He's Asian, so he's, you know.
All right. We got to talk about our Asian people and the terrorists too. By the way.
Oh, what are you talking about?
What's going on in Sri Lanka?
Sri Lanka, yeah.
Yeah.
That's obviously. I mean, that was because it was Easter Sunday, right? This is definitely an attack on Christians in Sri Lanka that's gone down.
Those bastards. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
No, it was an attack on Easter celebrate. Wait, what would they call it? Have you anybody looked at the actual headlines?
No. What is it? It's a little.
Oh shoot! I gotta look this up. It was like it was something like attack on Easter celebrating people or something like that. Like the media refuses to say the word Christian, just refuses.
You know, did you see where that one guy lost 3 of his kids? He's like a billionaire guy from somewhere in Europe.
That sucks.
You know what? If I was a billionaire guy and those bastards killed 3 of my kids, guess what I'd be doing?
Definitely, Army's getting formed.
I would hire some fellas and we would go out and clean house.
Yeah.
Easter. Yeah, that's either Caffeine Music Lover put it, Easter worshippers or Easter celebrators.
I would hire some professional soldiers and we would go clean motherfucking house.
Yeah. But they refuse to say the word Christian.
Oh,
which is hilarious.
Jafari H says Easter celebrators. Is that what
Easter celebrators, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I know there was an unexploded bomb that they were trying to
they got one, yeah.
They found a whole bunch of stuff.
Yeah, but one of them blew up.
This
one that they were trying to deprogram blew up in there. Yeah, defuse it. Blew
Did
up
it really?
Yeah. Yeah.
It's a mess at the moment. God, it's a mess.
Yeah.
And we're up to 290 dead, I think, something like that.
Ridiculous.
Like big numbers.
Everywhere needs to be defended. Everywhere needs to be protected. Anything that matters to you, you have to defend it. If you cannot defend it, you do not have it.
You have to preemptive strike it. That's what I'm saying. Anyways.
Yeah. Yeah. Is it Walter? Can I ask you a question?
Yes, sir.
Why are you playing with your stuff under the table?
He explained this already.
I got ice on my toe, Mo.
Say, Walter, you need some private time?
I mean, if you're going to do it, whip it out so everybody can see it.
You know what? I'm going to put my big toe right
ends chat.
Yeah. No,
Kevin, you worked in the prison system. That is something I'm sure you have seen, my friend.
Yeah, you want to know something bad is when you got to fight somebody that takes their clothes off. How about that shit?
Yeah.
Oh, no, that's...
Dude, it's very uncomfortable.
How does one go about
ground and pound in that situation? You do not.
I don't want to fight that way. No grappling, please.
You're
sweaty. I don't want that.
What is the protocol for fighting a naked dude in a cell?
Avoid it.
Oh,
Avoid it. I mean, I've had it happen a couple of times. Especially back when PCP was a big deal.
Yeah.
And I mean, you could take somebody that's 100 pounds, man. They're strong as an ox. That stuff. And they go crazy, and they get hot, and so they strip the clothes off, and you're standing there, you're like, all right, so,
here it goes.
All right, you try to talk them out, and then when they attack, I've been attacked a couple of times, like you running at me, swinging, and you're like, you want to go in a fetal position as a natural response, like please don't touch me with it, but you realize that the last thing you want is some naked dude that's high on PCP laying on top of you on the ground.
Yeah.
Don't want that. So you fight out.
And I've heard those dudes could lose body parts and not feel it.
They're rough, man. I'm telling you what, I'm not an easy guy to tussle with. And some guys, less than half my weight, give me a run for my money on that stuff. That stuff is no joke.
Yeah.
It really is.
Fun. I feel like I'm being a downer all the time, bringing in the crazy stuff.
I mean, you the one brought up naked fights in prison. I don't know how that happened.
Just because I'm moving the ice on my toe.
To bring it up.
Okay, let's see. Someone said, okay, let's see here. Now, were there things that you guys wanted to get into here? You guys wanted to talk about? What did you all want to get into? Look at that, all the silence. Nobody knows what to talk about.
Silence.
If you ask someone go ahead. What? A lathe. If give Babyface P a chance, you'd be all over that lathe again. Go ahead, Kevin.
What's What's going on with Are we? Oh, you're gonna save it for the end. You're gonna talk about NRAM at the end. I want to jump the show.
Oh no, we'll talk about it here in a second. You know, I don't know if Babyface, did you do any special
Easter.
Any special things to your lathe?
Oh.
Yeah.
I didn't wrestle with it naked, if that's what you're asking.
Once you getting humped on the range or something, didn't I see something like that?
Oh God! Oh God! Humped. It was fisted.
Oh,
To
okay.
be honest.
Fisted. Hold on a second.
Yes. You know what I'm talking about. Hank, you put the video up.
I didn't. I just asked the question, man. I didn't know. I don't know what's going on. I just wanted to see if other people could help me figure out what the hell was happening there. You know.
This conversation went really strange.
I could not understand it myself. So, let's see here. There's a bunch of different things going on here.
I do have Gorn. I can't wait till we get to that.
Oh, you have some Gorn? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we could do the Gorn at any time. The people will be happy for the Gorn. I don't think anyone here is going to complain about the Gorn.
Oh, hey Kevin, I got some new pistols. You ever? It's not an HK, so
Let's put it on Walter here. Walter's got.
You ever have any experience with the Grand Power guns?
Boom.
Ooh, hold on.
Oh, crap. Yeah.
Let's try it.
Kevin just.
Shoot.
Kevin, I think didn't Kevin have like a really special Grand Power or something that he showed us one time? We'll see. He went to get it. Okay. Did you
I'm right here.
Did you get a chance to shoot those, Walter?
Not yet, no.
Okay.
How do they feel in the hand compared to your?
Look at that. Is that a K100?
No. What is this? What model number is this one? Jesus, I'm horrible with model numbers.
It looks
Q1S.
Okay, it's the K100, yeah.
Oh.
See, yours is full size, boy.
All right, let's look at Walter's. Hold on, let me
That's
see.
nice, though.
Walter,
You
hold
see-
up. I'll show Walter's. There we go. It looks really
Walter's-
similar.
Yeah,
Oh,
but
yeah.
Walters has got they took the decocker off of mine. You see, they got the plug in there.
Oh,
Walters has
okay, yeah, I got the
decocker on
decocker.
it.
Yeah.
Oh, I
You know,
see.
his is better already.
Okay.
Yeah. I like I call it the hammer drop safety, yeah. Boom.
Yeah, and of course, I don't have a hammer, but yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah. There you go.
So they're string. Let me see. The serrations are in the same spot.
Yeah, the same thing, yeah.
Yeah, your grip's a little bit longer.
Yep.
Other than that, they're the same. You got the decocker.
Yep.
Pretty
Yep.
much the same. Yeah.
That's nice. What kind of sights you got on that one? Yeah, I think we got the
just
same
like
sights.
like a 3-dot.
Yeah, it looks like we got the same.
Yeah.
So,
I mean,
so Kevin's would be like a later version, and Walter's would be earlier, or the other way around,
I don't know.
or just a different.
Just a different
gun,
version,
I
I
think.
think.
Also, have you played with the trigger in that thing?
Just a little bit. It's a little.
Feels different, ain't it?
Yeah, it kind of feels like it's dragging to a point, and then it just goes.
Mhm.
You know, a little bit. I guess that's how you describe it. I don't know. That's not very
There's no audible reset in it at all.
Oh, let me hear about that. I didn't-
Like when it breaks. You can hear that, but
Yeah.
there's no wall there. It just travels all the way back.
I just threw up a promo there to remind everyone. Lola's deals. If you guys are
What's the
if you
22?
guys are looking for deals and stuff like that from us, Lola always has a bunch of deals here. I'll throw this up again so that you can all get a gander at this. I'll throw this.
Oh, look at that.
That are going on. Also, Lola throws up stuff on our Facebook all the time.
Go,
That's like
Lola.
Hank Strange. Facebook/Hank Strange. There you go.
I do actually have some news.
Uh-oh.
Ooh.
News.
Well, actually, report. Hold on, I got to get my hooks.
Oh,
Hey,
there
baby.
we go.
You gonna say hi? You haven't said hi to people in a long time.
Hey, what's up?
Oh.
You see what my beautiful did to her face?
Oh.
Oh
Uh-oh.
no.
Crash and burn.
She did that?
What'd you do? Mm-hmm. What'd you do?
Something hot.
I hit my face on a metal shelf at Walmart when I was trying to get my toy. Then Mom told me to stop playing, but
Translation: Mom told her to stop playing, and she wanted to get this toy off the shelf real bad. Jumped up, came down with her face too close,
Oh.
and got caught off the shelf. How's your day at school? Good. Get kisses. Love you. I'll be upstairs in a minute.
She's
So,
still, that's terrible, man. She's still beautiful though, so thankfully from her mom, she's still, even though she has a little bit of damage, she's okay.
She did get the lucky jinx. Oh my jinx. I got short legs and a round face. That's something. So I do have to. So it looks like Special K, I believe, asked me. So this past week or a week and a half ago, I took probably one of the best training classes or experiences of my life, and I was with Buck Doyle doing scope carbine up in Raton, New Mexico.
Okay.
It was awesome. So Kay asked me the question. So when I showed up, I ran a Leopold optic with a trimmer 3 inside of it, and I was shooting MC7 chambered in 260 Remington. And I was able to the longest in my area, you know, I've never been overseas, so the longest I've ever been able to shoot, and I'm talking about routinely, you know, at SHOT Show you get to shoot out to like 900 yards, I think that is, or something. But I'm talking about like really shooting. I'm not just some prep gun shooting. Mm-hmm. The longest I've continuously shot is probably, you know, 400 yards, give or take. Mm-hmm. And when I got up there with Buck, we started off at 381. That's what that was right there. 381 was playland with the kind of rifles we had. And that man, Buck Doyle, if you guys are ever thinking about taking some training, and it's not long distance training, he yelled at me about that, it's teaching you how to fight at a distance. Mm. All right, if you need to. He doesn't do long distance training. He's teaching you how to engage at a distance. And he took me, and I'm a pretty decent shot with a gun, don't get me wrong, but I had never shot out that far. And he took me from 381 with a gun I had never shot, with a caliber I never shot, with a reticle I had never used. And in 3 days, I nailed a mile.
A mile, yeah. Nice.
Wow, yeah.
That's
so awesome. The mile shot is on Instagram. So I nailed it with a MC7, Modern North Outfitters MC7 chambered in a 260. It was Buck's personal rifle. And I took that thing out and drilled it. And that was on top of a cliff. We were, give or take, 9,600 feet above sea level. And it was dialing down. So we had to go through 5 or 6 different wind channels to even get there. But yeah, I was able to yank a mile hanging off the edge of a cliff. Like you could see the rocks falling off of the cliff. Oh, wow. I'll embarrass later that was scared to walk to the edge of the cliff. I ain't gonna talk about it.
No, that's cool. No, I think long distance shooting is a great. It's very relaxing. I find. I mean, I don't get to do it as often as I would like to, but you really have to think about everything that you're doing and think about all the conditions and. Mm-hmm. You know, you really have to slow it down. I don't know how much Walter or Babyface.
I got to play with I got to play with a Kestrel too, which was interesting. Playing with one of those things.
The Kestrel. What's the Kestrel?
Measuring the wind and all that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's basically it does your dope for you. Mm-hmm. Well, that's going to be a sound bite.
It does your dope. Okay.
Does it cook it for you too, or what?
Yeah. Does it roll up your sleeves, tie off your arm, and all that kind of stuff?
I would highly recommend, though, if you're thinking about fighting at a distance, you want to know how to stretch your rifle out and engage combatants. And Buck's philosophy behind that was, you know, over in the sandbox, their firefights weren't at what you see in the movies. Those firefights were sometimes at 800, 900, 1,000 yards. And so it's learning how to engage that far because the enemy combatants didn't want to get that close to them. Okay. Right? So, and that's what it was. But no, man, that's a great course. 3 days. We had our experience was nice. It was a great experience. We had an on-staff chef.
Yeah.
Dude,
nice.
Like the chef literally cooked 3 meals a day.
What?
Made banana pudding, homemade cookies, ribs.
Now, you were at Raton, right? That's an NRA place, right?
No, I heard that everybody kept asking that. I guess it's called like Winchester or something else, but no, we weren't there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but a couple of people asked it. No, we were at a private location.
Oh, okay. Because I think the 50 cal shoot out of Raton too.
Yeah, Whittington, I think it's called. No, but we were on
the Whittington Center. Yeah.
We were on 36,000 miles of private. 36,000 acres of private property.
Awesome.
Okay, Razor JB says Buck is no nonsense, all work.
Oh yeah, you gonna work? Believe that.
Yeah. So there you go. I've actually never heard of him, but it sounds like you had me at a full-time chef. You had me.
I don't know if you're gonna get that with every class now.
Oh, damn.
See, I was there.
Yeah. Okay.
So,
okay.
But no, it was great, man. It was a great experience, and we got to. I mean, I was up there with it was me. We had New War. Spikes Tactical was there. We had Oakley was there. Skill Set Magazine was there.
Oh, hobnobbing with the big boys.
It was a good group of people, man. And you know one thing I liked about it though, it was I always enjoy, and I don't, this to me, it touches a special place in me. I just always enjoy when I'm sitting in a room full of people with different backgrounds and experiences, and you all just kick your feet up. Nobody got a chance to drink a beer, but you all just kick your feet up and kind of talk and hobnob and get to know each other. You know, without all the influences of the world yelling at you, just get to have camaraderie and talk, shoot guns. And literally, when you walk into this exquisite lodging, man, I walked in, I had to step over like 7 or 8 rifles even to get through the door. It was heavy. You know, and everything had a suppressor. Everything was canned.
Everything should have a suppressor.
Oh, God, so lovely.
I totally agree with that. Every single thing, Walter.
Yes.
Integral suppressors for everything.
Well, I don't know about integral, but yes. Suppressors for everyone,
Go follow through Buck on Instagram. You will not regret it. Take a class. I'm telling you. It wasn't training, it was a true experience.
Okay, cool. What's his Instagram?
Follow through Buck. Follow through, just like one of the skill sets of shooting, follow through Buck.
Okay.
B-U-C-K.
All right, very cool. All right, nice.
Buck Doyle.
Cool.
Yeah, but he's a no nonsense type dude. He was injured over there too, so it's an interesting story he has. So he was going to rescue somebody else and knew he was going to be in enemy fire, and even though he knew he was going to get shot, he went out and got the guy anyway, and he tore up a little bit, but. Man, that man's a machine. Like, we were running. Can you imagine? I don't know if you guys have ever ran in that type of altitude, that thin air up there.
Oh, it kills you.
Not easy.
It kills you.
It was my 3rd time doing it. And I tell you what, we were running. And look, I actually, believe it or not, I do cardio. You might not believe it, but I do. So I was
but cardio at sea level is not cardio at 9,000.
Did you say you do Cardi B? Cardi B? You do
She's going to rob you if you do that.
Not one camp. Shut up. So, but Buck, you know, that man is such a machine. You know, we ran. It wasn't a long course. I won't stretch it, but it was enough in about 1.5 feet of snow too. So there's that. To get you kind of tired. But we ran, and everybody except one guy who's just a beast. He's just a beast. But he was okay. But everybody else that ran had a natural. You know, were naturally winded. You know, when they came back, just nothing horrible. Just naturally winded. Hell, Buck was running with everybody. He ran with everybody. And was just like, all right, y'all can go back to the cabin. I'm standing for another hour. I mean, the dude's a machine. He's a machine. Good training, though.
Yeah.
Eat your wheats.
Yes, there's some of those training things you do have to be prepared for it. Yeah.
You can't prepare. You can't prepare for altitude in Florida. There's nowhere to do it.
Yeah, that's true.
You know. Trust me, when we went out west, just walking on the hills, just going up, it's like, God, dang, man, this is tough.
Yeah. But when you go
Drink
out
plenty
west,
of water.
a lot of people out west, they like to, I notice people are just driving along somewhere in Utah or Colorado. It's like, oh, let's pull over here and go for a hike. No, dude. Why are we going for a hike again? So I noticed that when I was hanging out over there. Everyone, oh, do you want to just go for a hike over here? I was like, no, not really. So yeah, it's it's an experience. It's an experience. Yeah. You have to do it. All right, let's see. I know Walter wanted to tell us. Did you tell us about your CNC machine, Walter? What did you do?
Well, that was
you had to fix your own CNC machine.
Yeah, when we were going at Knob Creek, it stopped working, and then before we left, and I called the Haas service guy to come out, and that's Haas machines, lathes, milling machines, stuff, and they come out, and I wasn't there, luckily for him. But he was saying, "Oh, your air compressor, you don't have enough air pressure." Blah 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 blah. You know, and I knew he was full of crap because.
Has it worked before?
The other milling machine was working just fine.
Yeah, exactly.
Why we're sandblasting at the same time?
Yeah.
So we get back home and we start looking at it, and we decided to change out. There's a bunch of solenoid valves and some these little valves that are all associated with that. And I decided to rebuild the whole thing. Put new valves in, put it back in today, and guess what? It works. And the other milling machine is running at the same time, by the way, too.
Yeah.
So,
do you think they were trying to get you to buy a new CNC?
No, they just didn't know what the hell to do, or didn't want to fix it.
Yeah.
So, they sell that whole pack of valves that I rebuilt or replaced. Haas sells it for $800.
Holy shit!
You can figure if it costs $400 in parts, they just 100% profit on all the parts, plus the installation time. So it's back up running again. which is good because we're right in the middle of making Streebog parts and HK parts and all kinds of stuff. So
this is what people don't understand about making guns. Not easy.
It's I have 3 machines total, 2 mills and 1 lathe.
That's
if you're right in the middle of
more than
something, and if something goes down, you're right in the middle of making parts, man. Everything's a week behind now. So, and I keep hearing when I post a picture of something on Instagram, some of these fellas, these wisecrackers, go, "Why aren't you working on the street box stocks?" It's like, oh, and this is where it starts to come up.
Well, listen, now you can get Babyface to do some extra work. Maybe you can hire Babyface to do some lathing, work for you.
I can do about 1/100th of what that CNC lathe can do per day.
There's a place for the manual machine. I have a manual machine, and for fixing things and making things and doing one-off things. But when it comes to making lots of parts, people don't understand. Back in the old days, say like for example, in a firearms factory in the old days, one machine made one part of the part. So if they had 5 or 6 operations on this one piece they're making, one lathe did this, one mill did this certain operation. Now one machine can do the whole piece. You don't have all those machines.
Yeah, you just program it
and they had some guy there cranking handles and turning knobs and doing all that stuff. Plus they had a whole shop sharpening tools, to constantly keep everything sharp on the machine. So yeah, it was a major process. When you see, I always bring it up because it's amazing. The Germans in World War II, even though they were getting the shit bombed out of them, their production increased. And it's just amazing how they did things under all that stress. We didn't have that stress here, and the Germans and the Russians both made stuff, and it was like, holy cow! I don't know how they do it, but
yeah, By the way, Kathleen Music Lover, I can tell she's trying to start trouble. She says Glocks are better than HK. She's trying to get Kevin started.
Hey, even better yet, go Grand Power. It's better than both. Oh, sorry.
Hey, now look. Let me say this. Let me say this. First of all, now I would have defended that differently a little while ago, but now what I'm going to say is the truth is better than HK.
Oh, look at that.
Let's say that.
You got to bring it back around.
Nice choice.
There's that. And everything else is that. I've seen people trying to bait me. I've seen somebody like CZs are better than HK. Hey, you know what? Every gun you name, I hope I got at least one of them in the safe.
Yeah.
I am, don't get me wrong. I do like, and now let's clear this up. There are 2 HKs that I'm actually absolutely in love with. Okay. That is the VP9 and the MP5. Those 2 are just,
you and everybody's in love with the MP5.
You know what I mean? So, I just happen to have that infatuation, but you can tease me. I do recognize that there are other quality guns out there. Just, be careful about which one you say is better. That's all. Now, if it goes boom, it's all right. It's working. All right. I'm never going to talk about Glock. I actually got into a debate with somebody and I was just trolling them essentially in real life. I was like, Glocks don't work. And he was like, what? I was like, they don't, dude. I said, every Glock I got jams. And he just, and they don't. He just started going in. Like, you're not doing something right.
Yeah.
Like, he was like, the Glock gods, he literally said that. The Glock gods would be very mad at you. I'm like, calm down. I'm just playing. Oh, okay. All right. Yeah, people get very, I'm not that sensitive, but some people are. HK doesn't pay me. Neither does Glock. They both work.
Yes.
So, but the truth is better than.
Okay. Understood. Okay, check this out. I'm gonna throw the truth is out. The truth is out. Here, I'm gonna throw this up here for a second. We could talk about this. This is in the New York Times. Why having a gun in New Jersey could soon cost 20 times as much. Governor Philip D. Murphy of New Jersey wants to put. By the way, last week we had Simon from Simon Says
2848.
Yeah. So he was on. He's from Jersey. So Governor Philip D. Murphy of New Jersey wants to put the state at the forefront of a movement to raise fees on gun permits in order to expand efforts to tackle gun violence and reduce the flow of illegal firearms. Though New Jersey has strict gun control laws, its firearms fees have not changed since the mid-1960s. making it a bargain for gun owners. That's bullshit. A firearm identification card costs $5, while a permit to own a firearm is $2 permit to carry a gun costs $20.
It's a bargain to have my constitutional right allowed for me.
New York City, which also has stringent gun laws, charges $340 to apply for a permit to own and carry. Holy crap! So these
they
guys
don't
want
give
to
it
make
to
it
you
more.
anyway. So
Yeah. So Murphy,
This isn't new, by the way. The Firearms Act in 1934 is the same thing. A $200 tax stamp back then was like $5,000 today.
that was more than the guns were.
Yeah, it's more like 10 times what the gun's worth. So yeah, this isn't a new concept.
No.
Right. So the thing about this is, oh my God, there's a lot about this. Let me finish this here real quick. So Mr. Murphy, a Democrat, has proposed fees that would be among the highest in the country. An identification card would cost $100. An owner's permit would be $50, and a carry permit would be $400.
Kevin.
So let me ask this question, and this is where I don't do the deeply political stuff. That doesn't mean I don't pay attention to it. So I'm gonna ask a question. I don't want anybody just to have an emotional response to it, but realistically, the demographic. If you have people that are making, say, a medium income of, let's say, 2-family household with 2 kids and half a dog, right? Say those individuals are making an annual income of $100,000, which in today's market is not a ton of money, right? $100,000 annually.
No.
The people in the communities that guy, Mr. Democrat or whatever, that guy is going to have either allies that work in those communities or him himself will affect it, or people that are probably making well less than $24,000 between 2-family households, right? So when you are charging those amount of fees for a gun, not only are you infringing on everybody's rights, but the very first people you're going to impact are the very same people you claim to care the most about, right? Low income people, across the board. It's not even this is not even a racial
board.
thing.
Yeah,
this is across the board.
Yeah.
You are going to put low income families from the suburbs, well, not suburbs, well, unless your suburb is poor, trailer parks, urban areas, wherever. You're putting all those individuals in a situation where their areas are the hardest hit by crime, right? And they can't do anything about it. So to flip the script, what happens to the family that just happens to have enough money to stay in the local trailer park, right? And they got meth labs all the hell around them. But they're trying to go to work hard, go to school, mind their own business. Right. But crime, because drugs exist, crime comes. Mm-hmm. How are they supposed to defend themselves if they don't have the extra $600-700 on top of what the gun costs? So essentially, you can be running this family $1,000 just to get a small piece of protection. So who are we really targeting here?
I think us on this end clearly see who's being targeted.
Yeah.
But I don't understand what the positive argument is there. It's not going to impact the wealthy because the left tends to be all about, well, think about the poor man, think about the man down on the totem pole. Yeah. It's
Criminals aren't going to get the permits.
The criminals aren't going to give a shit. They're criminals anyways.
Yeah.
So who really is it impacting? Yeah.
It's the people it's always been impacting.
I don't see any positive upside to this. Maybe more tax dollars? Oh, yay, we have more tax dollars to waste on bullshit.
So they can give it away to people that aren't even citizens.
Well, that hardworking person out there that's just trying to be safe while they're going to work or have their family safe while they are at work, that person is already paying you taxes.
Right.
Yeah, but and here's the killer part. Part of their taxes, which we understand is never going to solve anything, but part of the taxes that you are getting is supposed to be for their protection, right?
Yes.
So they're already paying you for emergency services, and now you want to charge them astronomical fees to take their own personal safety into accountability, when at the same time the Supreme Court has ruled several times it is not the job of law enforcement to protect the individual, but the community as a whole. Right? So you're going to pay into something that by law is not responsible for protecting you as an individual, but then I'm going to make it nearly impossible for you to take that responsibility upon yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. By the way, Richard Hughes says you get $100 high point and you have to pay $400 to carry.
Yeah. $400 is crazy. Any large fee is crazy. But like a friend of mine just went and got his concealed carry here in Florida. Florida price is $112. Not a huge price, but he still had. I mean, he's got a wife and a kid. He still had to consider like, I'm gonna have to wait a month, 2 months before I can, warrant putting out $112.
Yeah, but
$400 is insane.
This is not for concealed carry there. This is to own.
The 4 is for concealed carry.
Yeah, I know.
It
It
was
was
50. It was 50 for each gun to own, I think, isn't that? Yeah.
Per gun?
An owner's permit would be $50. Well, that's for each gun in places like New York and New Jersey. You have to get an owner's permit for each gun, right, Kevin?
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that's how.
Absolutely.
They do the same thing Missouri used to do. We got rid of that in 2007. So basically, what you had to do is go get a pre-approved permit. Right, you got to have a permit to even go in the gun store and say you can buy a gun.
Yeah, that's how New York is.
Insanity.
And that's what they're doing, and it's absolute insanity. And you know what the crazy part that people really realize, from New Jersey to New York to California, and everybody else is trying to push these crazy laws. Think about it like this: what do those laws do to keep you safe? I mean, realistically, because they claim they're about safety, right? So if I decide that I'm going to shoot somebody, why the hell do I care how much money it costs me? So if I got $2,000 in the bank and I know it's going to cost me $1,500 to buy a gun, but I plan on going to prison any damn way, I'm still going to buy the gun. It doesn't matter. I'm still going to go buy the gun and commit the crime. Like, if I'm already giving up on life anyway. Every mass shooter knows that they are going to go to prison or die, right? They know that going in. Mm-hmm. One of those two outcomes. So what is any rule, restriction, or anything going to do to stop them from, you know what? I was going to murder everybody over there at the carnival. However, the governor said I got to pay extra $50. So
I ain't gonna do
extra $400. So, why do it? It's not worth my time. Come on, man. Be real.
If you're crazy, if you're broken and you want to hurt people, you don't care. Also, if you're a criminal and your money is somebody else's money anyway, what do you care about any of that? You don't. You don't care about it. The person
you don't even
suffering,
value yourself.
Yeah, the guy suffering is the guy who works hard all the time, and he's just trying to figure out how to defend himself, defend his family. Because when he's out of there, they're definitely screwed. Or when she's out of there, they're definitely screwed. So
let me just throw something else here. Forget about all that stuff. What about the guy who just wants more guns? What about the guy who just wants to have 10 or 15 or 20 guns?
That's not
or
allowed.
30 or 35 or 40 guns.
Your freedom's not that important.
That's not allowed. You can't do that.
You can't think like that, right?
No,
that's right.
Your freedom's not that important.
You better watch out. They're gonna start finding you for thinking like that.
Yeah, it's just like those stupid states. I forget what state was that. Like when you move, it might be New Jersey. When you move into the state, you're supposed to register your guns with them. Telling you what the hell I got. Now, first of all, I wouldn't move there. They're absolutely crazy. And you know what? And all that permit and that process. Let me tell you what the undercut to that is. We just want to know who got the damn guns.
Yep, that's right.
Yep. We want to know who got them anyway.
That's
right? The money
facto.
might scare you, but that once we know who got them, it's easier systematically. Everybody think there's going to be a bunch of kicking down doors. No. It'll be systematically. We know where to go get them.
Yeah.
Period. All right? No, absolutely.
You know what? It's easy to say you shouldn't live in New Jersey. I get it. Like, I personally left New Jersey to come live in Florida, but everyone can't do that. And everyone in America ultimately can't just, like, what state are we moving to?
Yeah, everybody. We need people to fight. Like what Tony's doing is freaking awesome, right? Yeah. And he's doing it in a great way. And the people out in California that are fighting, the people in Mass that are fighting, I mean, we can't run from it. I'm just saying I wouldn't necessarily volunteer to go there.
No.
But you can't. And Missouri used to be like that. Before 2003, we weren't, it wasn't that great. It wasn't horrible, but it wasn't that great. We just fought back. And but if we would all left, it wouldn't be a free state now.
Yeah.
So I don't know. That's just sad.
You know what's now on the flip side for you, I think when he was on, we were talking about a lady in a housing projects, I think in St. Louis, that was trying to get the housing project said that you cannot own a gun if you live there. Did you hear about that?
That was in Illinois.
Was it? Okay.
That was in Illinois.
So yeah.
But you know what the crazy part is? Our housing projects here, right around the same time, just recently in the last couple of years just went away. Our housing projects here had that same law, rule on the books.
Yeah.
Where if you live in the housing projects, which They're not in the nicest areas,
Yeah,
right?
it's not bastions of
lived in there,
safety and security.
You weren't allowed to own a gun and had to be honest and disclose if you owned one. And so if there was a shooting at your residence, or if maintenance went in and was fixing a pipe saw gun, they would evict you. All right. So that used to be here, and then we had all these domain rules change up. Same thing with hotels. Hotels like you can't have a gun. Well, this is my house right now, so yes, I can. But yeah, they used to do that here. They don't want the poor to be armed because you know what? If you're armed, you don't need to rely on me for protection. Thus, you're not going to give me all the money and the voting power that I want. Mm-hmm. Right? So I want you dumb, ignorant, and at risk. Because when somebody shoots and kills you, somebody else will take your place, and I'm going to convince them off of your death that they ought to trust me to protect them too.
Yeah. I think guns are the gateway drug to freedom, and that's the reason why that they want to restrict that stuff for people, because then you start learning how to be responsible, how to take care of your own security, how there's certain things that you are paying for as a citizen when you're taxed, which by the way comes out if you're working for someone else, it comes out of your paycheck. You got to beg and try to get them to give it back to you. And you start realizing all those things. Miss K says, Florida is the state I'm in, and I enjoy living here, pretty much a gun-friendly state. I would agree with that with a caveat. It's getting less and less gun-friendly, but... She
just said so true when I said that now that... I was talking to Special K, he said that that's why he moved to Florida, and I was like, now that you're here, you got to help us fight for it, because here in Florida, they want to take it all away, finally. They're looking for it.
That's what we need, man. And I was thinking about you as well, Kevin. Like, there's been a whole bunch of things that's happened, and this is the reason why we need people constantly out there reaching out to communities, all communities, everyone, right? Trying to get them to realize that you have to fight for this thing because you will lose it before you realize why you need it.
Man, preach that. Yeah. And I see that Tyvin wanted me to address. I pull out the corner of my eye about Missouri banning all federal gun laws here. So that is not law yet. It's got a few more steps to go, but it is moving very, very well. Shockingly, very well. So what we are speculating, the bill is still kind of in draft mode, if you will. But what it basically speculates is really the only thing it's going to truly affect is, to be honest with you, is more like SBRs, where the federal government, if they have a federal law besides FFLs, so like if you were on your property with a 6-position stock on, a 10.5-inch rifle or pistol, whatever, there's nothing they can do. Like Missouri won't enforce the law. And they won't allow the federal government to come in and do it. But a lot of people are getting excited about that. But when it comes to like suppressors and stuff like that, you still got to get those to a FFL. I wouldn't want to be the guy that was turning suppressors out of his barn and say that, well, no federal gun laws here and you get nailed to the wall. I wouldn't want to do that. But I like the fact that we're preventing the federal government, we're trying to anyway, prevent them from coming in and being unfairly attacking our citizens.
Yeah. Now realize that the manufacturers out there have to adhere to federal firearms laws, right, Walter? Oh, Walter doesn't have his headset on. I don't know if he can hear us right now.
Yeah, they do.
I think he's
muted.
Do.
I can tell you.
Yeah,
he's on mute.
I think Walt's muted because he's feeding his toe right now. We can't hear you, Walt. You gotta put your headsets back on.
I said my significant other just brought me in some ribs and some shrimp cocktail.
Yeah.
Foot
food.
That's right. Get those bones to grow back right.
I got a bad toe, man. What am I supposed to do?
Yeah, I was just saying, Walter, that as a manufacturer, you have to follow the federal laws. So.
Yeah. Well, yeah, unless you want to go to jail.
Yeah. So when it comes to the people can do something, and I think it's good that states are going in that direction. I think the problem, unfortunately, is the manufacturers have to follow that stuff. I don't know whether you saw that or not, Kevin. And I know, Walter, there's people who are figuring this out every day, and they're always asking me about it. Basically, the ATF came back and said with the 50s that Safety Harbor is making, that the uppers also have to be serialized. Because they consider the upper separately from the gun to be a firearm.
Right.
So
exactly. Yeah. So
yeah.
For the time being, we're serial numbering them, and they'll have to transfer with an FFL and all that kind of good stuff.
Yeah. So people keep asking about that. I guess we need to make like a specific video to that, where we discuss that whole thing, because I know there's people always discovering that situation's going down. But that's
I'll have to do something.
Yeah.
I just test fired on Saturday. I test fired like 30-something of the things, getting ready to start shipping them again. So
Okay, so you've got orders and stuff like that coming in?
Yeah, we have people. I mean, I've had people for months wanting to get them, even with the serial number stuff.
Mm-hmm.
It's just I was waiting to see what would happen, and nothing changed in that respect with the serial number stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So we're still kind of in discussions with ATF too. So I don't know what's going to happen in the end. So
yeah. We got to figure out where we want to go with that, because this is a very expensive proposition to keep fighting. Which, to come back to what we were talking about, what New Jersey wants to do, this is another thing going on, right? If the ATF is just out there making up these rules, and then people have to fight it, the question becomes, can you afford to keep fighting this in terms of getting lawyers and stuff?
That's like I said, there's supposed to be a Supreme Court case going that's going to question this regulatory lawmaking. Mm-hmm. Which they don't, agencies, government agencies aren't supposed to be making law.
No.
Right.
No.
So, but they always have under this regulatory monkey business.
Yeah.
And then when you get thrown in jail because you broke their regulatory stuff, all of a sudden it's the law. It's like, so that's supposed to be a Supreme Court case coming up that's going to question this, so they're going to question all this stuff. And it'll be interesting to see what happens.
Yeah. So that's something here. You know what? Okay, we're getting ready to go into some other stuff here, but I'm going to throw. That's for the folks out there. You guys can't see that yet. You're probably on the delay, but it's some new stuff that I was working on over the weekend that I'm throwing up here. You want me to should I throw it up again?
I'm watching it live. I don't see it.
Oh, okay. We'll give it a couple of seconds here, and you will see it again.
Well, hurry up. There it is.
So that's
anybody have any discount codes for NordVPN?
No.
Because we're getting ready to
thinking too. Like I got a few discount codes. That's not one of them.
We're getting ready to do that here. Everything's going to be on the virtual private network. So
really, you guys are moving over.
You're gonna have to,
yeah.
Talk to.
I'm going to Europe here in a month, so.
Talk to Richard Hughes.
Not that I have anything that's like secrets on my phone, but
yeah. By the way, shout out to C4 Defense. Shout out to all the people who are out there. By the way, I know Mr. Hootie Who was watching the last show, and I think he was in here earlier. I don't know if he's still in there or not, but shout out to everyone watching. Okay, so let's do you guys want to get into the conversation here about the NRA AM?
But before I got to say something.
What?
Real quick. I am going to be
eating ribs. Is that what you're? Okay.
No, that looks delicious, by the way. Yeah. Don't eat it like that, Walter. Damn it! Don't eat it aside, man.
That's ruined it. That's ruined.
Damn it, Walter.
These are from Costco too, so they're pretty good.
Sucking on the bone.
What's going on with Walter right here? Yeah, Walter, we're closing. I'm close up on you right now. Okay, let me.
I will be.
All right, let me go to Kevin.
Smith & Wessons here very soon. I'm actually going to hold off on buying Smiths because they're moving to Missouri, which I'm ecstatic about.
Oh, cool.
2 hours from me. So they move here. I'm going to go down there and pick me up a couple of Smith & Wessons. I want the Missouri-made Smith & Wessons, though. So I am waiting on that.
Okay.
This one says
got
Springfield.
A really, really loyal customer. I'm going to buy a lot of those.
Are they moving?
Yeah, are they totally moving? I'm sorry, go ahead, Walt.
Are they moving all their manufacturing to Missouri?
Yeah, so that's what I heard. They're moving. They're supposed to be shutting down. That's what I heard. They're supposed to be shutting down the mass factory overtime, right? Like it takes a while to shut all this stuff down.
Yeah.
But the property they have here is ginormous. Like I've seen it. It's ginormous. So cool. They were going to move some of their smaller subsidiaries here, and it was going to be basically a giant warehouse for small offset things, accessories. And then latest I read, if it holds true, they're moving their operations here total.
Oh, well, awesome.
Gemtech was bought by Smith & Wesson, the silencer people. So, yeah, hopefully they get some real space of their own, I guess.
Yeah, Walter. Also, can you angle your camera down and zoom it in so we can all see your ribs? There we go. Up a little bit. Up.
Not your actual ribs.
Yeah. Oh, look at that. There's more.
That looks pretty good.
Seriously.
They are pretty good. Yeah. Too bad I'm on this damn show right now.
I have to tell people, for those who have never seen Walt in person,
yeah,
his camera appearance is very deceiving. The dude's wide as a damn trailer. Like his shoulder, like his shoulders are like damn long. Like his shoulders come like that across his chest is like that thick.
Yeah.
Like Walt's not a little guy.
But you know what's funny? He only wears like extra large, which trips me out all the time.
I don't need no.
Like, he wants you to see his muscles.
Muscles, yeah. Like you're like you're Polish, right?
Well, Eastern European, yeah.
Yeah. All them boys big.
Yeah.
Like, all the world's strongest men and all that, they all come together.
You're right.
Yeah, Walter's a baby compared to those guys. Like, I think is the guy who plays the Mountain on Game of Thrones, is he Eastern? I think so, right?
He's from over there somewhere.
Yeah, the guy that plays the Mountain. You don't really see him in the TV show. By the way, who is this that asked this? Ronald Hotboy says, does Safety Harbor have a discount code? Walter?
Not really. The only discounts we have is for we do one for law enforcement and military stuff with ID. So
if you call up Safety Harbor Firearms and you use the code Hank Stranger's Your Daddy, Walter will add 10% to your bill.
Yeah, you get the extra Hank Stranger discount.
Just call up Walter and go, Hank Stranger's Your Daddy. As soon as someone answers. If it's Peggy, don't even try that because Peggy will. Make sure you get Walter. Hold on, let's see. Oh, you about to show? What's this?
I don't know if you guys can even see this clearly, but I will give the audience a sneak peek of the All Black Truth if they would like.
Ooh. Okay.
I don't know how clearly you can see that though.
If you text it to me, I could throw it up on the screen.
Oh yeah, let me see. I got to download it myself. This is the first time I'm seeing it.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. So, you're getting it live and in person right here.
Yeah. Oh, but I will say this: if you and Hank, speaking of discounts and guns, now I think if you guys Hank has 7 more pistols to move before he can. I ain't buying your gun, Hank. You got to buy your gun. But
no, the gun is going to be a high point.
I'm not putting my name on high point.
You already agreed to that, sir.
No, I said an HK, sir. And you get the DP9,
and I will put
nothing against high point, but you can't even do the cuts on the high point. Even though I am going to get the high point with the serrations and the thread barrel, I'm getting that joker.
That's not out yet, is it?
No, I don't know.
I don't think so.
I'm going to ask somebody at MRAM.
Yeah, I don't think so. Kevin, you are on the podcast saying that if it's a high point and we send it to you, that you will do it.
Yeah, okay. You send me a high point, and I'll hook you up. Don't worry about it.
Oh, okay. What is that supposed to mean?
And none against high point. And I've really over the last couple of years actually kind of First of all, their little carbines are freaking fantastic. I love their little carbines. The handguns are starting to grow on me, and I got a really, really interesting reason why. And I'm gonna wait to put the video out. Why nobody anywhere ever should ever say anything bad about high point.
Okay, but who here has a high point? Let's put your hand up. I got one.
No,
I got one.
Oh,
I need one eventually. I want one of those $100 bill guns.
yes.
You know the $100 bill, like Hydra dip.
Hydra dip.
Yeah, that's what I need.
Yeah.
You're gonna have to get some currency like from Zambia or someplace, and put it up on there. I think you can get a high point. Like I think I got mine used for $100.
Yeah, I paid $100 for mine used.
Yeah, they're cheap.
Don't let all these things stand in the way. Obviously, you can get better guns if you could afford it. Get them used even. Like whatever gun you're very interested, you can get used. Babyface, there's a ton of Glocks out there, right? Or that's gone. All those Glocks still.
There's still
Glocks.
No, there's still police trade-ins like crazy going on right now. I don't know who's upgrading, but holy hell.
Yeah.
Every week I get emails from like AIM and Centerfire and all sorts of places with police trade-in guns.
Yeah, it's a constant process.
Yeah. So
the new LE gun, whatever's the newest fad, they all switch over to it. Yeah.
Mr. FNH said, sold my high points and bought real guns, guys.
Yeah.
You know what? If you're a gun guy, just get a high point so that you know. Don't take other people's words for it. You experience it.
No
be careful when you go to clean it. You will lose parts forever into the vortex. So you
don't need to clean it. Just swap out the board. Swap out the board, a little bit of brake cleaner, you're good, man.
Yeah, run a snake through it, Walter says. Run a snake through there. Red Bear says, rock out with your Jimenez out.
No, God.
Jimenez, yeah.
See? Look.
Kevin's going deep now.
Oh boy. Okay, hold on. Let me see. I'm gonna let me see if I can go to my phone. Well, I'll wait. Should I wait for Kevin? I'll wait for Kevin.
I'm back.
Okay, let me go to my phone here and show the people. Here you go. This is the newly published photos of the new. What is it called? What kind of?
That's the truth. It's just all black one.
Yeah, this is
It's,
like
it's
the
sexy
slide.
in all black. And it's not. That's not even with the sexy frame on it. That's just the slide.
So is this called the Black Truth?
Yeah.
Is this a? Is it?
Well, no, you know what? Honestly, the nickname of it is Darkness.
Darkness. Okay.
Is it? What's the base gun? Is it an HK the base gun?
Yeah, the VP9. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, the VP9 and the VP9 SK. So that is the teaser slide of the full size Truth.
Yeah. Okay, very cool. Walter, I'm sure
sir.
there's people out there trying to figure out how many ribs you have left.
I'm eating the last one right now.
Oh wow!
I didn't get.
You went through that whole plate already?
There was only 3 on the thing, man.
Oh, okay. Look,
I usually don't. Ribs are work because you gotta have towels and it's just a mess.
Yeah, you got to clean up. I know.
Yeah.
What did you go get to show us?
So when was the last time you seen it? Jennings. This guy.
Holy moly!
Hey, yeah, that's a.
That's a thing right there.
Yeah.
Is that a?
Look at that eraser sticking out the back of it.
Yeah. That's
How you just go ahead and erase what you did.
So does it run?
Yeah, it shoots. A little dirty, but it shoots. A little 380.
Mm-hmm.
But it shoots.
Yeah.
It's actually kind of interesting. This one was one of the ones made by I know Jennings had a couple of people. This is the Bryco one, but it's an interesting little gun. I got to do a lot of cleaning on it, get it all back together. But yeah, that eraser just cracks me up.
Yeah, that's definitely funny. Okay, let's see. Should we get into? Let's talk about the NRA thing that we promised people at the top of this, and somehow we got lost on it. So Babyface P, Walter, they're not going.
Not going.
I'm going. Kevin's going. You know what? I honestly did not want to go with all the stuff going on with the NRA, all that kind of nonsense going on. However, there's a couple things. One, this is the place where I actually meet people, and that kind of like recharges me, so I do enjoy that. And then the other thing is there's a new company making AK stuff, TUSC Arms. And they asked me to like come hang out with them in their booth and stuff like that. They're trying to raise up their profile. As a matter of fact, they don't even have their own booth. I think they're sharing a booth, but you guys will see us there. So I'm going there to do stuff with those guys. So I am going to be going. I think Lola is going with me. She's like,
are you driving or you flying?
Driving. Definitely driving.
Okay.
So I'll be out there. I'll be driving. If you guys want to meet up with me, I'm gonna be at their booth, which Lola told me, and I forgot. So let me see if I can figure out. Let me see if she's actually sent me this info in a text that I could tell you guys. No.
While you're doing that, who all in the audience is going to NRA? If you're going, say you're going.
Yeah, if you guys are going, let us know. Okay, so the booth number is 3160. I don't think it's called TUSC because they're sharing it with a couple of different people, but I will be there. I'll be spending some time there. I'll let everyone know. You can always hit me up on social media. I'll post stuff when I'm up there. And you guys can meet up there. Kevin, do you have any specific things you're doing out there, or are you just moving around?
No, I'll be there. Obviously, I will be there with a couple of Truth pistols for people that still want to see them in person. Want to see the cases, so I'll have those moving around with me. I do have a few booth appearances. If you're going, you might really want to pay attention. So because at one particular booth, I'm giving away 2,000 rounds of ammo. So you might want to pay attention.
Interesting.
I'm going.
Yeah.
Oh, now you want to go.
No, I'm going. If it's free, it's for me. I'm going.
True.
So at
truer words were never spoken.
they're going to be broken down to 400 or 500 lots. So I'll be at Fiocchi Ammunition, partnering with Ammo Supply Warehouse. So make sure you get your ammo from Ammo Supply Warehouse. I'm going to be there at booth 8171. That's booth 8171. On Saturday from 12 to 1, all right? At 12:30, we're going to start drawing the winners for the ammo. If the way you win the ammo, or take a chance of winning the ammo, rather, is to go over to the NOC Firearms Training Instagram page, and it tells you what to do. But all you got to do is comment what kind of gun you would shoot with the ammo, and tag 3 friends and follow Fiocchi and Ammo Supply Warehouse. Takes you 30 seconds to do all that. And you will be entered to win 500 rounds of ammo, and we're not going to mail it to you. Like, I'm going to pick up 500 rounds of ammo and put it in your hand.
Oh, cool.
All right,
Pretty
so
awesome.
You get it there on the spot.
On the spot. You get 500 rounds of ammo. So there's that. So I would highly recommend people doing that.
What calibers? Is it multiple?
I'm sorry. I should have said that. I apologize. 9mm. Figured that'll be an easy round to give to everybody. People will, normally have 9s.
Yeah.
So yeah, you'll get a brick of 500 rounds of 9mm, and you're good to go. After that, I'm going to be over at the proper booth. That's going to be doing 2 giveaways there. That's going to be Saturday from 2 to 3 and Sunday from 10 to 11. Their booth number is 3665. That's Proper International, and I'm going to be giving away close to $100 worth of stuff there for 2 winners. You got to do the same thing. Go over to the NOC Firearms Training Instagram page, and it tells you what to do. All you got to do there is tell me the first thing you're going to throw in your range bag, and follow 2 companies and tag 3 friends. But there you can win a range bag, and I'm going to be giving somebody a good 2A t-shirt. So there's going to be drawings. Are going to be Saturday at 12:45 and Sunday at 10:45 a.m. Sunday and p.m. on Saturday. So you can walk away with a $65 range bag and a nice, $30 t-shirt. So almost $100 in value. Then at the Walther booth. Yeah. Before it's over.
This is Kevin. So.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
He's going deep. No, it's cool, man. We got you.
What's going?
At the Walker booth, which I have to still dig up that booth number. I do apologize. But at the Walker International booth, which if you go over to the page, just follow the page and keep watching. At the Walker International booth on Saturday, I will be giving away a set of free. Do I have them around me? Yes. No, I don't. I'll be giving away a set of free digital Razor earmuffs. $75 value. You'll be getting one for free.
I call dibs.
Good stuff.
Same thing. And then over at Enforce, which will be Sunday, some lucky winner is going to walk away with a new handheld TFX flashlight, the same lights that come with the Truth series. So I'm giving away lots of things. So you should be over there tagging people, following people, watching the things, because I'm going to be giving winners stuff to go home with.
Awesome. Very cool. Hit up Kevin Dixie on all social media to find out about that while you're out there. Joel Mancuso says, Hank, what is Accutech making for the AK-47? Pretty much the upper. They're making their own barrels and things like that. So, but they are building a completely milled gun. So
wow.
they're working on that. But the receiver stuff is not from them at this point. So. I think it's Sharp's Brothers. They've got something that they're working on there. They're working on it's a little Hank Strange project, but I haven't seen any pictures of it, so I can't share it with you guys. So, I know Walter met those guys when we were out at SHOT Show. They're cool guys. They're trying to get into it. I think AKs are getting. There's lots of people getting into the AK game, right, Walt?
Yeah, they're doing like a heavy duty, real kind of heavier barrel.
Just came in for everyone listening on audio.
Yeah. No, some drinks.
Oh, drinks, and cake, dessert.
No.
I mean,
no more ribs until
his wife feeds you.
Yeah.
You cannot go around that woman without her giving you something. Just keep showing. I don't know where the hell was she getting all that candy from at SHOT Show? Because every time you turn around, it was just a different, and it was so assorted and good.
Because before our containers ship to Las Vegas, we go to Sam's Club and we buy frickin' few $100s worth of candy.
Yeah, they throw a bunch of candy up in there.
Yeah, we always have the best stuff. We don't have nothing cheap.
Walt's booth always has security hanging at it.
Yeah,
they're eating the candy. That's all they're doing.
Yeah. So listen, if you really want to see it, if you're going to be there at the show, come hit me up. Okay, yes, I know the AKs don't really have uppers, but I'm talking about the
barrel.
How do I put it? The barrel and
barrel receiver. They have
it's a weird thing. I don't know how to, articulate it properly with the AK, because the receiver is kind of like all of that. So, but they make a pretty good barrel themselves. Yeah. And some other things that they're working on, and then they're putting together a complete package. When I get some stuff, I'll share it with you guys. That way you'll see what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
So, let's see. Okay. Any other? Is that it for NRA?
I would just like to say, I know people are feeling one way or another, but same thing. I just want to co-sign what Hank said. I'm going there. The same reason I go there every year is to mingle with the peoples. And I'm pretty sure it's going to be a lot of conversation about things that make people uncomfortable one way or another. But ultimately, it's my chance to be able to dap it up, crack jokes with families. Normally when I run around NRA, I'm harassing people. Mm-hmm. Like getting them on camera, asking them, what kind of guns they own, just interacting and mingling with folks. So, just going to have a good time, man.
I think it's a tough thing. Hillbilly Nitro says, please make a donation and help support Ackerman McQueen. So, listen. Look, all of this is a thing, but, what do? I wish that we just had an event that we could just go to, and it would be manufacturers there, and it would be the folks out there, and we're there, and we could just hang out with each other and do whatever we want to do. Even though we don't all get along, people that want to do stuff can hang out, talk, and do whatever. Unfortunately, there isn't anything like that right now, so we're trying to deal with everything going on here. I would definitely, recommend to folks out there, support the GOA. We put up links in that regard all the time. We don't get anything out of it. We just, I think they give us a discount if you sign up through us, but there's no kickbacks or anything like that in there. I think support them or other people that you want to support. This is not a thing that I want to do based on a lot of stuff that's going on with the NRA. I'm not happy about it, with it. Been talking about that, the whole time, but ultimately, this is one of those times of the year that you can actually get together with people. So,
and I think another thing too is, look, I'll say this: even if the conversation wasn't steering that way across the country, there are a lot of people. From organizations to people to state level organizations, there are a lot of people that can use support, man. So as long as you're in the fight, you're in the fight. I could never tell somebody where to take their hard-earned money, but just whatever you do, somehow be in the fight. And beyond that, be in the fight with more than just compensation, financial compensation. Show up to stuff. Help people. I tell people all the time, what kind of help you can be sometimes with guys or girls that are just trying to produce content. If you can just offer a skill. You know how to run a camera? You know how to edit? Or can you show up for a rally? Or you a good organizer? Are you good at email marketing? There are all kind of things you can do to be in the fight. So think about it more than just who you do. Because I see a lot of people say, I'll give them my money to X, X, and X, and they'll fight for me. Yeah, that's cool. I'm not saying they won't, but you need to do a little bit more. You know what I mean?
And I think, like we said earlier, there's lots of things you can do, which reminds me, there's this young gentleman, Cody Hooten, that is running here in Florida for office. I'm going to pull it up. I'm going to pull up the link to his thing right now. I think his .com is Hooten in the house. Let me see if I can get it to come up. Boom, there it goes. So this is the website that he sent me. Okay. He's running for Florida's congressional district. There's more info, and what I mean, I'm going to try to throw up his things, because this is like someone who's deciding to get into the game. I advise him, hey, make a website, get social media. He doesn't have a ton of stuff out there. He obviously needs to get the social media thing going. Here, let me see. I'll pull up his Facebook, which of course does not want me to be able to pull it up that easily. So he's on Facebook, Hooten in the House, Twitter. He's on Instagram, all the same stuff. If you guys, I'll try to get him actually to come on after NRA. I think he's actually going to be there, so I'll get a chance to meet him and talk to him. Now, obviously, I don't know this guy. He says he's a gun guy. We all have to get to know him. This is why I recommended that he get social media and stuff like that going. But if he establishes himself as a gun guy, someone who believes in the Second Amendment and the Constitution and all of that, he's stepping up to, doing one of the things that we say that people out there should do. And then we should get out there and at least follow his social media and see what he's about.
Right.
See what he's saying. Vet him out. What's up?
When you get a chance, read what Richard Maunder said. Not Richard Maunder, I'm sorry. Where'd it go?
Richard,
not Richard. I'm sorry. That's the wrong name. Where'd it go? So there's a comment. I don't know anything about this, so I have no. But somebody in here just said that anybody else here that And I want to verify that stuff, or we just spread it. USCCA is pro red flag law or something like that.
Who said it?
Who say? That's who said it.
Oh,
who say?
Yeah, I don't know.
Or maybe just ask him a question.
Yeah.
But I haven't heard anything like that.
Yeah, let's look up Babyface. Can you look into that one for me? Wait, are you guys freezing?
I might look it up.
Okay,
I just lost everybody.
Just a second there.
Oh, okay, yeah. There's.
Right. So what am I looking up?
Look up USCCA. Someone says that they may be pro red flag laws. I don't know how true that is.
Yeah, we're not confirming that. Just
because that would suck.
For them.
Yeah. You know.
Don't look like it.
Yeah.
Good. I'm glad we can shoot that one down.
Jumpy Killer QX wants to know what 2A bills has Cody Hooten supported or sponsored. He doesn't have office. He's running for office. So the thing that I said is, which he went ahead and did, he's got a .com, he's got a Facebook, Twitter, all that kind of stuff. And he needs to obviously build a following. We'll have him come on, talk to you guys, so that way you can answer questions and stuff. He says he's going to be out at NRA, so when he's out there, if I meet up with him, I'll try to get more info. Hussein says he's going to send us a link.
Yeah, I'll read through it if he gets a link over to us.
Yeah, throw up a link here, and then we'll take a look at that.
Yeah, because I'm going to say right now, I'm looking at their stuff, and it looks like that's not.
Saw USCCA made a pro red flag comment on Instagram. So he had screenshots of it from Instagram. I'll look it up. If you send it over, I'll do some digging to see what I can find.
Yeah.
They have some articles on their USCCA blog that is specifically anti-red flag law.
Right. That's what I saw. They're clearly not supposed to be for it.
Yeah. So, and I don't think you can just judge them by one specific thing that maybe went up there or whatever. We have to see what's going on, what's the circumstances around that particular thing. So there we go. Like I said, I'll get more info about Cody out there, but I think people need to run for office. People need to do lots of different things here to get or create organizations. I don't think GOA has a chapter everywhere, but I think it's possible if you're really committed and organized to set up a chapter, right?
Mm-hmm. I think so.
Yeah. So can I read this just to clear the air with everybody?
Yes.
I'm just going to read the last paragraph-ish of what Tim Schmidt, who runs USCCA. I know Tim, he's a pretty good dude. And it says, it is for these reasons. He went on to say everything he said before. I don't want to read the whole thing, but everything he said before was strictly against it. Like he said, needless to say, red flags and ERPO laws make me very nervous. I'm sure these laws are designed to protect innocent people, but in my opinion, they allow for the confiscation of firearms without adequate due process. Then he goes on to say, it is for these reasons that I want every USCCA member to know and understand that we will always have your back if you're ever in an unfounded red flag or ERPO situation. As responsibly armed Americans, we will always be under attack from the forces of evil who wish to take guns away from all law-abiding Americans.
Okay.
So I'm not really seeing what.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. If they put up something else, nothing dies on the internet, so someone will have that screen capture.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so we'll dig into that and see what's going on there with that stuff. If that so happens, then we'll definitely deal with it. All right, let's see here as we go into the other. Here, you know what? I'm gonna throw up another one of my things. Check it out. Let me know. I am test running these videos that are going up there. Take a look at it. Let me know what you think about it. Do you think it's funny? Do you think it's fun? Put a lot of work into it. I don't know if you've seen either one of them yet, Walter.
Which video?
It just went up on so if you're looking at the live thing, there's a little bit of a delay. You'll probably be seeing it somewhere around now.
I'd have to go up there.
Yeah. So let's see. All right. So other stuff that we want to get into here, Kevin?
Okay, I got one more thing I want to say.
Yes, sir.
Why can't people just have fun on the internet?
Oh, because it's the internet.
Like,
No, because
like,
some folks don't know how to have fun.
Yeah, that's a big problem.
I put up something I thought was freaking hilarious, which actually hurt my feelings. Let me talk real quick, okay? So we all have childhood memories, right? You got things from your childhood that are sacred to you. You know that cartoon, like DuckTales. You know, I remember I could hear that song from a mile away. You know, there were certain things that were just part of your childhood that you didn't want to go away. Now, I am, especially after losing a couple 100 pounds, I am not a fan of McDonald's. After understanding years and years ago what that crap really is, I'm not a fan of it. However, there is something about the fries and a high C orange lava burst that is just immaculate, right? Like, we know ice cream ain't good for you, but sometimes you want a good bowl of ice cream.
Wait. Did you say McDonald's fries and high C?
A high C orange drink, not a soda, a drink.
Okay, all right.
Okay?
Oh, from McDonald's. Okay. From
Yeah, I
McDonald's.
just want to make sure I'm tracking.
Now, don't insult. Here's what happened. Apparently, this happened back in 2017, and that's how often I go to McDonald's. I didn't know nothing about it. They took the high C lava burst out.
Yeah, it's gone. They got rid of it.
So I go to McDonald's this week before I go to the range to cheat. You know, wife wasn't around. I'm like, I'm going to cheat, and I'm going to give me some fries and a high C lava burst. I asked specifically for a high C drink. I didn't ask for a soda. I asked for a drink. All right? They're just as bad. One of them just ain't carbonated.
Yep.
And I'm going to cheat and have my drink. And I took a sip of whatever the hell that was in that cup. But it was not high C orange, and it damaged my childhood. It went back in time.
Was it orange?
It tore my childhood apart. I don't know what the hell it was, Hank. It was some kind of ginger ale something. It wasn't what I was expecting. It's like it's like getting ready to drink a beverage and it's water. Like, your mind is just shocked. Like, it's not the same. So I don't know what it was in that cup. I have no idea. But I took it to the range because I was on my way to the range anyway. So I set the cup on top of the rubber dummy. All right. I took some double live book out of a shotgun and I blew the hell out the cup. I'm sad, but I'm trying to make a light of it. Dude, there are people on that Instagram post that are like going in about nutrition and
oh
it's horrible for you. I'm like, I made the joke that I understand that it's horrible for you, but damn it, it's a part of your childhood. Eating Little Debbie snakes wasn't good for you either. But everybody had the oatmeal cream pies.
Oh yeah, those are good.
It's something you know, like you can enjoy that, but people took it like they were so serious. I'm like, guys, you can't laugh at a McDonald's cup being blown up with a 12 gauge. Like, you off the top of a rubber duck, like, you can't laugh at that. People are really sad.
So people were mad about that.
They weren't mad. They were like on there taking it like deep, like I needed counseling. Like, it's like, oh, what about nutrition? Is it something you got to take in consideration? Like, dude, I've lost over 200 pounds. I know a little something about nutrition.
Yeah, that's we just skipped the headline there. So you're saying you were 200 pounds bigger than you are right now?
I've lost 225 pounds over the last 6
That's a person.
In the last how long?
7 years.
Oh,
holy shit! I can't even imagine.
Yeah.
I put pictures up on the tubes of the Facebook. One picture I put on Instagram, it could barely fit. I had to like.
Wow. Okay.
I feel like your frame could not handle that extra 200.
Oh no! Dude,
Did you hear the part where he said he was square?
Oh, wow. You guys you honestly have never seen that picture?
No. Hell
don't ruin my vision. Don't do it.
No, don't
do it.
I was still getting the ladies.
You're just doing that.
In the wintertime, baby, when that temperature drop below 45, come on, girl.
You're warm. Get them warm.
But no, it was you know, so I was like dudes, we're just having fun. And I've gained, like, over the winter. I put out a video about that, too. Like, I got you know how it is, man. You get busy doing stuff with this stuff, and some of this stuff can be stressful, especially when you got laws coming, you're traveling, you're speaking, and blah, blah, blah. You get worn out. So I did let my nutrition go for a second. I picked up like 30 pounds. But let me see if I can pause it. Yep. But it is it's gonna play a video. But I don't know how clearly you can see that photo right there.
No, I can't.
No. Is it the one of the pug? Looks like a pug.
Oh, okay. Now look at the one in the upper right hand corner.
The upper right hand, that looks.
Well, this corner, whatever that one is.
Okay. There's a band sign around someone. Yeah.
Yeah, that's me taking up the whole damn photo.
Okay, the person's face is X'd out.
Yeah, because I don't want to look like that again.
Okay. Understood.
That's why I for my handy dandy snack tonight I had a good pair.
Oh.
You didn't back on my nutrition. But the whole point was I can't believe people just couldn't laugh. And I even said in the video, I was like, I don't go to McDonald's that often. I'm pretty sure there's a joke out there somewhere. Like having fun with it, and people just, my God, man, like, dude, fighten up. Learn how to have
while Walter
fun.
evilly ate a plate of ribs in front of you.
Right in front of you.
Okay, when it comes back up, which will be just in a few seconds, I'm going to show you. But no, ain't nothing wrong with it. Look, a man got to eat some meat.
Yeah, well, technically that's probably better than having all that, having bread and all that other stuff, just eating meat, man.
Yeah, for sure. Absolutely.
Yeah, that's what I did. You cut out the carbs, you'll be surprised what you can do.
Yeah.
Now, I still like eating good carbs. Potatoes.
That's hard to do. That's hard to do because all the fun food is carb, man.
Mm-hmm.
All
So
of it.
good.
Steak, muffins, and
macaroni.
All that. Yeah. Potato salad. That's there it is. You see it now?
Drop what you can. Let's see. Looks like an Ewok.
So what'd you do? Just change up your diet? Pretty much it.
Yeah, I started taking in a lot more. I discovered this thing called cardio. And so it came with something called jogging or some shit.
Yeah.
And I just started. I took advantage of what I was already good at. You know, I was always strong as an ox. So I'm like, all right, let's have fun with cardio. So I would do different things. I made sure that when I ate, I cut out carbs, except for potatoes. I'm gonna eat a potato. It's gonna happen. So I would eat potatoes, but you cut your portions down. Eat good lean proteins. If you get different ways to cook grease off, like I still love bacon, so I just find ways to get as much of the grease off the bacon as possible. Don't eat if you know that you're having a problem eating, fix your plate like you normally would and cut that joker in half. Like just fix it. Don't even think about it and literally take half the food off the plate. And after a while, you'll look at that half and that half will be alive. Then you'll start cutting that. Yeah. And if you're only eating the right stuff, you're eating just the fuel needed to make your body move instead of all the junk that drags you down. Throw in some vegetables. Salads don't work. I don't give a damn what people say. That trying to eat like a rabbit will only make you go.
I'm hungry 45 minutes after I eat a salad.
Yeah.
No, you have to be satisfied when you eat.
Protein.
And if you are going to eat a salad, eat a lot of spinach and kale.
Spinach is good.
Yeah, spinach and kale. And I just kept doing that and get outdoors, man. Start hiking and riding a bike, just doing fun stuff.
That bad word is strange. Hiking.
Yeah. Riding the bike is fun. And I like walking. Walking's cool.
Marley and I were talking about this the other day, though. We sit inside way too much and definitely do not get enough sun.
Oh, sun is vitamin D.
Yeah, we do not get enough vitamin D, for sure.
Yeah. So Babyface, I just want to make sure I'm hearing this right. You're saying you don't get enough vitamin D? I'm just trying to clarify.
I'm going back to what I was looking at over here.
That should be vitamin P.
Armament asked me my height and weight. Should I be like a woman and be like, I'm not telling you that? No, I'm 6 feet tall, 255 pounds. Okay, and I was at my heaviest, obviously the same height. I was 454 pounds.
Oh man, I can imagine.
That's good work, man. That's good work. I saw Tyven said something about that. Like, you lost 200 pounds. He's been trying to gain 100 pounds for the last 20 years.
I'll give him this.
Tyven, all you got to do
is 30 to him.
Yeah.
Tyven, all you got to do is stop
small either. That BS that BMI chart that they like to put out there and all that crap. I told people, man, ignore that chart. This doesn't give you an excuse to be overweight, but at the same time, if you took all the bones out of my body, they weigh 200 pounds.
Yeah.
Kevin, I've never been on anybody's chart.
Yeah.
Even when I was at my skinniest, it still wasn't on no chart.
Mm-hmm.
It ain't possible.
Yeah.
Nope. I'm not like in the Auschwitz chart. That's what these charts are like. I mean, it's like they want you to be like this skinny, unbelievably thin thing. It's like no. That ain't me.
Skinny isn't. And I tell people all the time, I know a lot of skinny people that are unhealthy.
Yeah.
Their metabolism just does right, but they, eat tons of salt and eat tons of this and tons of that, and they're in bad shape too. Yeah. So just take care of yourself. Your appearance doesn't mean anything. I remember when I first started putting up gun videos, I'm like, oh, so you watch one video, it's this dude in like with all his sleeves and his tight t-shirt and he's bouncing his pecs and shit, and then here I come like, hi, but I just be me and I don't really worry about it. But be healthy, as healthy as you can be. Yeah. Definitely eat better, start exercising, but don't look at the next person and be like, oh my God, I need to look like them. That's some bullshit. Be you.
Yeah.
I agree. Yeah. Ultimately, it's for you, so you have to do that. And what was the advice you were giving to Tyven? Stop smoking crack?
Yeah. Well, no.
That'll make it real skinny.
Well, it's having smokes. And a lot of people that stop smoking gain weight, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, because they eat. So when they're not smoking, they eat food instead.
They get off that nicotine, and the nicotine.
Gotta change it out with something else,
Are there any like fat people that smoke cigarettes?
Oh yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Sure, there are. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Tyvin's also hyperactive.
Well, yeah. Some people are always going to be skinny.
Yeah, sometimes it's just that, he says he's a truck driver. He sits all day long and eat junk food all the time. But he can't gain any.
Go get your sodium levels checked.
Don't complain. Don't complain.
The armorman said, "I'm skinny and don't know how I'm still alive."
I don't.
Yeah.
Skinny, fat, stroke out.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, you see these people that are like all healthy and running and jogging and all stuff, and then they die.
Oh, we had one of those in our family.
And it's like, well, what were you? Yeah, if you're gonna die, you're gonna die. You're gonna die.
We had one of those. When I was a kid, he was probably my age now. He's probably in his 30s, and he was a jogger and like super healthy. Never smoked, never touched tobacco, nothing like that. Got tongue cancer and died. Just within like
cancer?
6 months.
Yep. Tongue cancer?
Wow.
What was he doing that he got tongue cancer?
What the hell is that?
Yeah, exactly.
Wow.
And he was, from all accounts, incredibly healthy.
Okay, but can't you
do what you're gonna do?
Can't you get a bionic tongue and still live?
I guess it spread too quickly to his lymph system because he got to his tonsils and
that's
man.
that's my Peggy's grandmother died of lung cancer.
Never smoked?
Never smoked a day in her life.
Exactly. You never know what's going to get you.
My mom got cancer. She didn't do anything. That I know of. Yeah. Well,
yeah. Unfortunately, it's
it happens. If it's going to happen, it's going to happen.
I hate to sound like an Instagram post, but live your best life.
Yeah.
I mean, you got to. Man. I think, matter of fact, it was last year. Walt even donated to that last cancer event that I did. And thank you about it for that, by the way. And when you hear people telling those stories, man, it just comes to get you. And just like I had to watch a buddy go through Lou Gehrig's, right? And it's just why I say live your best life. Like, live healthy, be healthy, do the best you can do, but at the same time, don't forget to live, man, because you don't know when it's over.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. I see these people that go all their life. They're going to travel. They're going to do this when I retire. And then they retire and they die. Yeah. It's like, come on, do a little something while you're still healthy,
Yeah. Brian Quick says, you guys are driving me crazy with your MSN News version of healthy eating and weight management.
So who had a drink yesterday on Easter? Who celebrates Easter with some alcohol?
Really? I think
we did.
I had some wine somewhere along.
Yeah, we had some wine.
Yeah, I had a little bit.
I haven't opened that at all. I got a gallon size of Crown Apple for NRA.
Ooh, that stuff is fantastic, by the way.
What is it called?
Crown Apple.
Crown Royal.
Crown Royal, but it's apple flavor. I got it's like a gallon of that thing. So I have it. It's upstairs in it's the only thing I put in my suitcase so far, so I won't leave it.
It is good stuff.
Do you notice the babyface knows about all the liquors?
Oh, Crown Royal, man. This is some good stuff.
Yeah.
It's expensive, but some good stuff.
But here's the thing. That big ASS bottle of that stuff that I got it when I was in New Mexico. First of all, there is a Las Vegas, New Mexico. Okay, I want to point that out. And it's like a big little town. It's weird. But there was a Las Vegas, New Mexico. So at first, when I saw the signs, this highway to Las Vegas, I thought I was in the wrong damn state, but in the right state. And I went there to the store. I forget the name of the store, but I went into that store. And that huge, I forget the ounces, but it's huge. It's like a gallon damn near size of Crown Royal was $13.6.
That's all?
It? That's nothing.
$13.6. I was like, what? Is that real? He was like, yeah. I'm like, sure.
Mine.
Off the shelf. Yeah, took it off the shelf. All right, so go to Las Vegas, New Mexico for your cheap liquor.
Everybody stop through there, buy your booze.
Yeah. It's going to be a
Las
thing.
Vegas, New Mexico.
Make it the booze capital of the U.S.
Get the Kevin Dixie discount while you're in there.
Yeah. Got a couple of stoves, too. I ain't smoked.
Yeah. Okay, let's see. We got a couple minutes here. I'm trying to look through any...
Is there any actual gun news? I looked on the fire. I didn't see a whole lot going on.
No, there wasn't a lot of stuff on the firearm blog.
Oh, I will say this about gun news. I I saw some people making light of it, making jokes of it. I get it. I'm not gonna be all butthurt about it. But you know what? I'm really saddened about what happened to Hudson. You know,
yeah.
you know that like that. You know, we asked for new, we asked for innovative, we asked for people to push the envelope. And Cy's a good dude. I've talked to Cy several times, a long time. Could text his phone, and it's just it's an American company that was trying to do something different, something innovative, and they've been trying to put that gun out for a long time. And to see that happen, it kind of took me back a little bit. That wasn't cool.
Yeah, it's tough because they put everything that they had into it, from what I could see.
Yeah.
So that's unfortunate.
Family business, good people.
Yeah. You know, and there's, you know, unfortunately, there's several companies going through that. I think we saw something about Adams Arms being up for sale.
Yeah.
Are they?
Did they ever?
Yeah.
What did they ever make? I know they made a piston system. That's
piston.
all I know from them.
Yeah, they make guns. They have guns, rifles.
Yeah, they were doing whole rifles too, which could have been.
And I think they did
downfall.
Glock slide. Didn't they do Glock uppers and stuff, or did like their own version of Glocks? I think they were getting into Glock stuff last year.
Yeah, they might have been making slides. We actually, one of their guys came by the shop and bought one of our AR-15 stock assemblies right before this happened. Mm-hmm. Of course, we didn't get paid for it. It was going to be like net 30, so we'll never get paid for it.
Mm.
But
What the?
yeah, just a little side note. But he was saying, I could ask him about bolt carriers for AR-15s, and I guess he said, "Oh, send us a drawing, and we'll get you a quote on making bolt carriers." So I guess he may have been making parts for other people too. So
Yeah, it's
they had a lot of
unfortunate.
yeah.
But there's
Listen,
there's
whoever-
go ahead.
I was just gonna say, whoever's out there, if you end up buying that whole shop, let me know how much you want for one of those bridge ports. I'll take it right off your hands.
Do you
I
think
almost forgot the horn.
You think
We got
someone's
going.
gonna You think someone's gonna buy the whole thing?
They have to.
That's what the sale is.
The sale is a whole
all or nothing.
thing.
Gotta buy the whole thing. All right, Walter.
20,000 down. You gotta sign up for 20,000. You gotta show credit of 20,000 minimum before you can bid.
Yeah. Do you have an Adams Arms? Is that what?
No, he's just bringing over gun porn.
Yeah.
I have some Adams Arms gas systems, courtesy of your brother.
Oh, okay. Okay.
At the shop right now.
My brother is into those, anonymous. Let me throw this up real quick here from the Firearms blog. 5 generations of Glock 17
I
pistols.
saw that. I just saw that.
This should be a poster.
The
A
only
Gen
one,
1.
the only one is that one. Is that one? That's
The
it.
Gen 1
First
is something
gen.
that's on my list
First
at
gen.
some point in life.
I've got a
Yeah.
5th gen. I've got a 4th gen.
I've got a second.
Yeah, I don't have.
I got a third.
I don't have third
Get
or
a-
seconds or first gens.
I have a third 19. I don't have a 17. I would love to own all 5.
Yeah,
But for sure, I'd like to get a first gen,
Yeah.
a Tupperware gun.
that'll be nice. That'll be nice. You know what
Yeah.
I realized? We didn't talk about any bullpups. Oh, and you know what? I know Kevin's about to show off something, so I will go to this real quick here and show you guys. So North American Arms sent the new Ranger 22 that they've got.
Oh, I really like
Wow,
that.
look at that guy.
Yeah, so you break it there, breaks open, a
Okay.
little extractor thing
Let
going
me ask
on.
you a question.
What?
Are they doing that in black?
It will be.
Not
This
yet,
will be
I don't
nice in
think.
a nice matte black, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For absolute sure. So it breaks open right here. You pull that, it breaks open, and then see that kind of like pushes out the shell
Boom,
casing.
extractor.
Yeah, a
Extractor,
little
that's
extractor thing going on.
Action.
So cool. Yeah, we're gonna do something. They sent that to us for testing, of course. You know, for everyone out there that wants to know about that. Let's see. Looks like Kevin Dixie is messing around with some kind of. Okay, Walter's throwing up a gun.
Speaking of 22s, Kevin,
Oh,
I
yes,
also got one of the Grand Power 22s.
Oh, and it comes
It's got a
threaded?
can on it. It's got a threaded barrel on it.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, you know it. You know it.
Yeah,
That looks
nice.
like I like
It is.
that.
It is the exact same profile as the 9mm.
I bet
Yeah.
that's a good shooting gun.
But we shot it in the we shot it in the bullet trap at the shop, and yeah, it's really nice.
It's very Beretta-like with that
yeah,
open top
where it's open
slide.
top.
I
Actually, in
really
the barrel, one nice thing about it, a lot of these 22 guns. Oops, sorry. One of these 22 guns now, you see it. The barrel's kind of like got a sleeve over it, and it's kind of
Yeah.
thin. This is solid and mounted solid, so there's no
Wow,
wiggle.
I like it. That's awesome.
Yeah, so we'll
That
go
is
bust.
kind of cool.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Damn right.
And it looks like it's relatively easy to. Is it easy to take down, or well, you can get in there and clean it. Anyway.
It's Glockish in the takedown, except when you pull the things down, you pull the slide back and up.
Okay, so that's a lot like a Walther.
It's
Yeah.
similar, similar, yes.
Like a Walther.
Yeah.
I just learned that recently because I got a Walther PPQ now. So I'm
Yeah.
just pretending like I know something.
Also has it doesn't have the hammer drop safety. It doesn't.
I'm fine with that.
Drop.
Just give me a safety. Give me a single action with a safety. I'm good.
Yeah, but this thing's double.
Ah.
Boom. So yeah, we'll be
cool.
doing some. We're gonna have the 22 caliber shoot down, aren't we?
Oh yeah, you know it. I think we got
We'll
enough.
I gotta gather up all mine. And I actually have a 92F Beretta conversion kit here too, so we can bring that out and shoot it too.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
That sounds awesome.
22s all around. Okay, let's see what.
I gotta try that on the M9.
What you got,
All right,
Kevin?
sorry.
What you got?
This ain't no 22. So I have here the Eagle Imports, was brought in by Eagle Imports, a Metro Arms American Classic XB 1911. So we just did some videos on this guy over the weekend. It's a 1911, so it's got all the standard features of a 1911 except one, and that is this is a 1911 that holds 14 rounds.
All right.
Yeah,
I saw that at the SHOT Show. I'm very interested in that. Yeah.
It's you know what? Actually, it was the gun shot great. It's very, very clean and smooth. And you know what? For these, they haven't even announced the prices on these yet, but you get them, and I'm looking at it. And one thing I always hated about 1911s that you thought were not the high end stuff is that they will be gritty. Like the slide just always felt gritty to me.
Yeah.
The trigger is actually relatively good. It has aluminum. It has obviously a steel frame and aluminum grips. It was really comfortable, and 14 in one, so 15 rounds of 45 out of a 1911.
Yeah.
That's cool. Oh,
It's really, really nice.
And I believe that's made in the Philippines.
Yes, this one is made in the Philippines.
They love their 1911s over there.
Yeah. The only thing about this one out the box I would change, I don't like, is the damn sights.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Is it
Don't
3-dot
like.
or
Huh?
what kind of sights are on it? It's hard to tell from here.
They're 3-dot sights, man. I can't tell you what kind. I just call them. I don't like.
Ooh, those look like
They're
old
orange. It's
school.
got the
Yeah.
orange.
They're orange and
Oof.
weird, man. I'm not a fan of the sights. The gun is great. The sights, and I mean, I say great. We got 300 rounds to it, so there's obviously but
Those are just like old school Series 70 Colt sights. They're nothing.
Yeah.
Those
they
are
have
not
different
fancy.
models. They have these in competition versions, so this is the basic. They go all the way up, and obviously the sights change. This is their basic model, but it is a smooth shooting 1911. 15 rounds of 45 for somebody that doesn't want to go spend $2,000 on a 1911. Pretty sure it's going to be less than $1,000 easy.
Oh yeah.
So this will be great. And then the last piece I got is these guys are actually down there by you. Tactical Life, Davie, Florida.
Okay.
Yeah, this is a Tactical Life AR-15. I am testing out and running. We talked specs. They built this one up for me. This one is smooth. Shot it for the first time over the weekend. I know an AR-15 is an AR-15, so there's only one thing that I'm looking for that actually, besides the fact that it needs to run and not break, that I look for in AR-15s now, and it's a flat shooting one. And I'm not going to say what this guy is. You got to wait for the video, but check out that muzzle device. Look at that guy.
It's nice.
It's a little different. And
Yeah, that's cool.
This-
That looks good.
yeah, this Joker shoots like flat. Like it almost feels like you're shooting a 22 out of it. Well, you kind of are, but it still feels like you're just shooting nothing but a 22 out of it. So this is the baby. So I got some videos coming out on this one too. I got a new camera, and I found out how to make things go in reverse. So I'm going to have some stupid fun. I'm probably going to get obnoxious.
Uh-oh, he's got a camera.
Look out.
Those are two new pieces of Gorn. But I'm excited about this guy. But a 1911 with 15 rounds is kind of exciting too.
Oh, there's a problem with that 1911, Kevin.
Mm-hmm.
It ain't got no red accents.
Yeah, it's also not a bullpup.
You got to have red accents.
Yeah,
or
it's not full auto.
Well, I just got.
Okay.
Some red and black grips. That's what
Yeah, we gotta spice it up. We gotta spice it up. I have a red and black problem.
Yeah. So BWE Firearms that was here, I think, when you were off, Walter, doing the Knob Creek thing. He says he's got a bunch of full auto 22s, which he's listing here. He's got like 22 LR M16, 22 LR Uzi.
Oh, cool.
Full size mini and Katsar Uzi.
Haven't heard of that one. But
We need to make some plans to go shoot BWE Firearms.
Oh, okay.
I kind of saw part of that when you were doing that, actually.
Yeah.
When he was on.
Yeah, we're gonna make some arrangements.
Hey Kevin, that's a big burl.
It's a big.
You know what? It actually is, but you know what?
Was that 10 millimeter?
It's not bull. It's actually a thinner profile.
It is a fairly thin profile barrel.
Yeah.
Huh.
I just had to say that 45 it's a big burl.
It is a big burl.
Yeah.
Somebody wanted to, so that's the only reason I'm doing it.
I like the high capacity part of it. That's what I really.
Yeah. Wait. Let me go ahead. Show it again, Kevin. I had us all in a couple different things here. So there you go. Okay. It's all right. There you go. Right there.
Yeah, I handled those. I was over at Eagles.
Flip it to the other side.
SHOT Show. Yeah.
Yeah. And boom. There you go.
Also, another interesting one, I don't know if you got one of them, is the Lima, the 380.
Oh, waiting on that one.
That thing is it's like a little 45. It's like, whoop. Really? It's so cute.
Oh, okay. Though, yeah, those little 45s are always, they're always cute.
Yeah, it's something about a 1911, man. It's just old classic feel.
John Browning knew what he was doing.
Yeah. Richard Monder says, does it take Glock mags?
Somebody should make that just for fun.
How funny would that be though? Somebody did
a lower frame that took Glock mags.
Glock mags. So listen, it's after 9. Let's wrap it up here. I don't know about you guys, but I've done some double duty here. Yeah. Just so that everyone knows, we're going to be back tomorrow. We're going to have a show tomorrow. Then I'm taking the rest of the week off because I'm headed out to the NRA in Indianapolis. So tomorrow is going to be the last day for the show till we get back. So I think you're coming on, Walter, tomorrow, right?
Yep.
I'm not sure who
Yeah,
else.
yeah. Come on. Who's on the docket? You know yet?
I'm not sure. I don't know. Lola was here, but then her and Marley went out somewhere, and I don't know if they ever came back.
Oh.
So who knows what happened? They're shopping.
Having lady time.
Yeah. So, we'll let you guys know. It's going to be a fun show. Walter will be here. Kevin, it's been fun, man. You got to come back here
man.
more often, Come hang out with the little people that don't have their own guns. Walter's got his own guns. But...
Walter's got a whole day. He builds everything. I'll just build me a 50 cal today. Why not?
Yeah.
No, man, it was fun. I always enjoy being on here. This is a good time. It's good. It's kind of relaxing. I won't probably. Well, yes, I will. Tomorrow for anybody. Are we doing a sign off yet? Or am I?
Yeah, we're gonna do it now. You go ahead. You tell the folks how to follow you and what you're getting up to.
Oh, yeah. So go over to NOC, for no other choice, NOC Firearms Training on Instagram, Facebook, all the platforms, or KD of NOC or Kevin Dixie. You can find me on all the platforms. Coming up the rest of this week, tomorrow I will be going live on Instagram at 8 p.m. Central Standard Time with Ken Scott of Provectus Group. We're going to be talking about a few things, but we're going to highlight on the NOC Industry Train and Learn event that we're having here in DeSoto, Missouri, coming up at the end of May. We have roughly 10 slots left, so we have 25 influencers, or 27, from all over the country coming in to get together for a 3-day event to kind of brand build, things like that.
When is that event again?
It's the Memorial Day weekend. You said what is it or when is it?
When?
The May 24th through the 26th,
all
Memorial Day weekend.
Okay.
So that's for Aspire Seated influencers. I mean, we got great people coming. Ken Scott's going to be there. Obviously, I'm not the great person that's going to be there. Corinne Mosier, professional 3-gun shooter, is going to be there. We got Dustin Pluth, competition shooter, is going to be there. We got a lot of great people coming through. Even Mike Woodland. He's not one of the great people either, though. But it's a lot of great.
It's all good.
Man, it's a lot of good people coming through. We're going to have fun. That's going to include, a day of workshops. It's going to include a day of workshops. It's going to include, after the day of workshops and learning, we're going to be out on the range. People don't notice about me because you don't see me doing a lot of this stuff, but we're going to shoot guns from 8 a.m. to about 1 a.m. Like, we are going to be running guns that day.
Wait, did you say 8 a.m. until 1 a.m. or 1 p.m.?
Yeah, 1 a.m.
Okay, 1 a.m. the next day?
Yeah.
No, he's going to go back in time. He just said he's got a camera that could do that.
Yeah.
No,
it'll definitely be after midnight. We're going to stop in the middle of that day for all the influencers that come out. We're stopping in the middle of that day, and we have a fresh pig that's going to be roasted on the range for them. So we're going to be serving up a hog that's going to be slaughtered that morning, roasted up, served out.
Talking Patrick's language, obviously.
Sitting next to a nice creek out in the middle of the country, big bonfire.
Sounds
it's going
like
to be
heaven.
nice.
Yeah.
And then we're going to go out. We're going to do a night shoot sponsored by Enforce that night. Facts and Firearms is the title sponsor of the event, by the way. And we got other people jumping in, doing it. We got Enforce, Propers jumping in. We got, Tactical Life's going to be a sponsor. Tier Defense is going to be a sponsor. We got a few great sponsors jumping in. We're going to do a night shoot that's going to include cars, smoke bombs, drones.
Tracers.
It's going to be a blast. And then a collaboration day. And then we're going to let everybody collaborate on the range together, make videos.
You just call this day Heaven with Kevin.
Cool. Good one.
Look at that marketing genius. But yeah, that's going to be
we
a
don't
fun
keep him
event.
around just for his good looks, because then there'll be no point in him being around.
We would lose real fast.
After we do that, after I have that event, I'll be having a kids event out of the farm as well. We're going to be teaching kids. I'll be asking, get ready, because it's through Aiming for the Truth. I'll be asking for donations, but we're going to take kids out from everywhere. We're going to take them out to the property. We're going to teach them how to do everything from what a farm life is like, to teaching them how to change a flat tire, how to check the oil, how to shoot guns, miniature first aid stuff, and just teach kids more skill sets that they can use in real life, right?
How to fix an Audi?
Oh boy.
Oh, sorry.
Ooh,
Really?
I can't help them with that.
Well, you got to be like that, Walter. There's
What's broken? Your Aldi, your fancy.
No, it runs. It runs great. I had to have them put in a new antenna. That's why, Walter.
Oh, that's what the GPS problem was?
That's what they did. I haven't seen it since then, but we'll see how that goes.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, they had to, they just changed the antenna.
I just couldn't help that.
Functionally, it works fine.
It just doesn't know where it's at. That's
all. Which is a little bit important when you go on the road.
I just got my last. Look out for Aiming for the Truth coming up. The one city we do have locked down is Phoenix, Arizona, and look for more to come. We got Chicago on the docket that I'm building out now. Atlanta, Georgia is another one coming up. St. Louis, obviously, and.
By the way, Kevin's going to take this show until 1 o'clock in the morning.
No, I'm not. I'm done right after this. I haven't been on for a while. I got to catch people up. And then I'm going to be doing something that's through Aiming for the Truth as well, but I'm actually going to an event. I'm speaking at an event. I don't know if you guys follow motivational speakers. Do you know who Eric Thomas is?
No.
I don't know.
No.
All right. You should look him up sometime. He's a great dude.
I'll follow Gary V.
Gary B, him and Gary B have some videos together.
Oh, cool. Okay.
But I'll be out. A cop name goes by the Instagram name of Breaking Barriers United. Breaking Barriers United. You should look him up on Instagram. He's putting on an event called #It'sNeeded. So it's bringing a lot of leaders, political leaders, school leaders, police officers, community leaders into one building in Carson, California, to talk about what's needed to make things better. So Actually, while I was on the show, I just got confirmed as a speaker. So I'll be flying out to California in August to do that. So that's all the stuff I got going. See, I'm done.
Okay, who wants to go?
Okay, who says Heaven with Kevin, title of a porn tape.
Yes, indeed.
And on that note,
yeah. Okay, Walter, what do you do? You go.
I
next,
can't.
You can't follow.
Kevin's a hard act to follow.
No,
you can't follow Kevin. That's
okay.
like Instagram, Facebook. Stay tuned. Got my mill machine running again. We're making parts for the Streebog. So yeah, stay tuned.
Yeah, absolutely. What about you, Babyface?
Baby_FaceP and BabyfaceP on YouTube. I got that lathe, so I'm gonna be hopefully cranking out some videos with it. That's it for me.
Yes. And then on my part, I just want to remind everyone to subscribe to the channel if you're not already subscribed, or ring the bell so you can get notified. Don't forget, we did do an earlier show. You guys could go check that out. This show was brought to you by Walther, right down below there. You guys see it? So not Walter, not this Walter.
Walther.
Yeah, Walther.
With an H.
Yeah, obviously I want to thank everyone for being here. I'm gonna drop this thing. Like I said, tomorrow, the last show for the rest of the week. Until we come back from the NRA AM. If you're going to be out there, hit me up, let me know, and we'll give you details on where we're going to be, what we're going to be up to. You guys just sit tight. I will drop the bomb at the end here. There it goes.
Free for all Friday on Tuesday. Free for all Friday on Tuesday.
It's a Tuesday now. That's pretty much what it's going to be. All right, that's it. We are out of here. We'll see you guys. Peace.
Peace.
We are out. All right.